And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another amazing Monday live stream. For those of you who are here way earlier in the day, such as Gabriel, shout out to you. Thank you so much. That is entirely on me. I was scheduling this live stream while I was on East Coast time, and instead of adding 2 hours for Mountain Time, I had subtracted 2 hours. And so instead of scheduling this at 8 p.m. Eastern, I had scheduled it at 6 p.m. Eastern. So that's on me, and I apologize for that. We are here. We are back at the 8 p.m. time, 8:05 p.m. time Eastern, and it's amazing to see all of you here in the chat. We have so many amazing people here. Taylor's here. Kevin is here. Great to see you, Kevin. We've got Fazamunta Rockstar or Rocky Monta Gamer. Welcome. Great to see you in the chat. Scott, can you hear me now? Kyle is here. Great to see you, Kyle. We've got Mussy in the chat. The Beast is JJ. Welcome. Great to see you. Appreciate you. Clementine is here. Welcome. Hello. Great to see you. What do you think about T-Mobile's November 20th announcement? Tyler, fantastic question. For those of you who may have missed it, T-Mobile has teased that on November 20th, they will be, I guess, announcing something. They teased their announcement. Do we know what it is? No. Absolutely no idea. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know if I can right now. I don't know what it's going to be. The preview for it had an F1 car, so that hints that maybe it's related to Formula One in some capacity, or it's related to speed in some capacity. Something related to 5G standalone, perhaps. Network slicing, that's been a talk of the town for a bit. Unclear what it will be. We'll find out very soon, though. It's on November 20th, so just a couple days here. Elizar, welcome. Great to have you here. Lala G, could you check service in 06096? Yeah, absolutely. So just pop over to the Coverage Map website, and we can check that out for you. So go ahead and add this to the stream. Bam. And bam. We'll find out. What do you think is best? I'm curious. That is... Let me find out here. 06096. Where are we going? Hartford County, Connecticut. Beautiful state. Oh, it looks like you're absolutely covered. AT&T, 100% coverage. T-Mobile, 100% coverage. Verizon, 100% coverage. T-Mobile with the fastest median download speeds, though, 293.8 megabits per second. Verizon, 128.9. AT&T, 57.5. I think, Lala G, if I were in your shoes, I would definitely consider checking out T-Mobile. Looks like everything is pretty good there. Yeah, great coverage across the board. And if we check out the crowdsourced data speeds, T-Mobile very far ahead in terms of median download, and honestly on par with median upload. So that's probably I'd lean towards T-Mobile, but you probably can't go wrong. Luis, greetings from a Nashville, Tennessee truck driver driving all over the USA. Luis, great to have you here. Thank you for joining and for all that you do shipping products across the United States. Max is thinking that T-Mobile's announcement has something to do with customer service. I hope so. I mean, they used to, it felt like, to me at least, T-Mobile had a leg up in customer service, if you will, with their T-Force. And then they decided to offshore it, and it felt like, in my opinion, T-Force had a little bit of a decline in overall service and satisfaction. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, the quote was, solving one of the biggest frustrations in wireless. I think unexpected bills are probably one of the biggest frustrations, or network outages. Clementine is saying, I love US Mobile. It's amazing. US Mobile is amazing. We got to give them a little bit of a shout out, too. They have a promo going on. They keep extending this, but today is the last day of this specific instance of the promo, I guess. 3 hours, 48 minutes, and 56 seconds. Basically, they're offering discounts on their annual plans. You can get annual premium for $299, annual starter for $199. This is for all new lines. No port-in required. All networks are eligible. Really, really good offer. Brings unlimited premium down to $24.90 a month for your first month. Again, that's $299 up front. And then unlimited starter is going to be $199 for 12 months. So really, really good deal too. Kyle is saying there's a new promo from Visible on the Pixel. And we were actually talking last stream about the best Pixel deal. And I missed one, actually. And so we got to cover that first. So the first Pixel deal I missed, and I apologize for this, is actually from our friends from the Fox, the Mint Fox. Of course, Mint still has its promo going on. Best deal of the year for them, $15 a month for the unlimited plan. This is for all iterations, the 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month. If I were in your shoes and I had the money, I would definitely cop that 12-month option. $180 up front for truly unlimited data on the T-Mobile network. This offer simply cannot be beaten right now. Now that said, Mint had a crazy deal on the Pixel, and we're going to talk about this right before we get to the Visible promo. We talked about it last time, but we missed a key promo. I think we were talking about the Pixel 10 because that was the question, but take a look at this. The Pixel 10 Pro XL, $800 off. Okay, view details. That means, wait, I think the card previously actually highlighted it. Take a look at this. You can get a regular Pixel 10 for $529, and this includes a year of unlimited data service. Fantastic deal. You can get a Pixel 10 Pro, $704 with 1 year unlimited included. It's a good deal, not as good. Pixel 10 Pro XL, jaw-droppingly good for, what is that, $50 extra? Exactly $50 extra. You can upgrade from the Pixel 10 to the Pixel 10 Pro XL and get a year of unlimited service. That is $579 for the Pixel 10 Pro XL and a year of Mint Mobile unlimited service. That is a crazy good deal. Is Visible's deal better? Let's go ahead and find out. Of course, we have Kyle bringing this up in the chat. Visible's offering a new deal. $400 off the Pixel 10 Pro series with Visible Plus Pro. So you need to get the Visible Plus Pro monthly plan and use code PIXEL at checkout. Now, I don't know if this can be stacked. Okay, so Pixel, and your SIM card will activate. Offer ends December 31st, so you've got plenty of time to take advantage of this. Seems like a pretty good offer. I'm concerned it doesn't stack because you need to use the code PIXEL at checkout. And for the plan promotion, which is highlighted here, you need to use code SWITCH26. So I'm not sure if those two will stack. Let's assume they don't stack. You're spending $450 up front. Actually, that's, I think, is it monthly? The Visible Plus Pro monthly plan. So it's not $450 up front. It's just $45 a month. Great option. Let's say we do that. 45 times 12, $540. And you're going to get $400 off any Pixel 10 model. It's a really good value. I think Mint's is probably a little bit better. If we subtract, what did the Pixel 10? Oh, they don't have the MSRPs. This is all like price plus $360, I think. It's like $800. That doesn't sound right. Doesn't it start at like 1,000? Or it used to, yeah, $1,000. So it'd be $600 for the phone. That's still pretty good. Yeah, Kyle clarifying, it cannot be stacked with the discount service on the plans. Now, technically, $400 of savings is greater than the savings you would get from this deal, right? So you're saving $12 for 26 months. 12 times 26 is going to be $312. Wow, that's actually more than I thought it was. With this promotion, you are technically saving $400 off a Pixel 10 Pro or regular. But, Kyle, I would counter you. You can go to our friends over at Swappa. You can go to a Pixel 10 Pro and you can save, my gosh, this is basically almost $400 off already. Here's a new Pixel 10 for $280 off. This is going to be new in the box. It's going to come with that manufacturer's warranty, and it's going to be unlocked, ready to use on any carrier. So if I were in your shoes, personally, I'd grab a Pixel 10 Pro off of a site such as Swappa, and then I would grab just the regular discount. I mean, you can even go with the regular Visible Plus plan here and stack your savings like crazy. So I hope that is helpful. All right, we got some more questions churning in the chat. Aaron, great question. Did you hear about AT&T upgrading their network performance overnight? Something to do with the dish spectrum / towers. Yeah. So it turns out AT&T purchased spectrum from Dish, the Boost Mobile network, and it sounds like they are deploying it. And so you might see a boost in performance on the AT&T network in your area if you are in an area where AT&T has a spectrum and has it deployed and have turned it on. So that could be a real benefit for customers in an area where AT&T has perhaps more congested towers, slightly slower service. This could be really, really awesome. No one man, great to see you in the chat. Hey Stetson, thoughts on the new MobileX pricing? Yeah, for those of you who might have missed it, MobileX today just announced some really good pricing. Let me go ahead and pull that up here. And they're pulling a Mint Mobile. They are pulling a Mint Mobile. Ruben, also I see your super chat. We'll get to you in just a second. Okay, Ruben, let me answer this question. MobileX pricing. Oh man, the pop-ups. Pop-ups are ruthless these days. They have offered I'm trying to see if they show it somewhere on their site. Plans, maybe? Okay. You can basically buy in bulk now. Man, did they not have like an announcement for this? I feel like I scrolled the whole site. I mean, I guess they're starting to advertise it here. This $11.90 a month. So this used to be $14 and what, 88 cents a month? And this used to be $24.88 a month. And they're now advertising the 12-month pricing. But I'm not seeing the option. Like, where's the breakdown? Hang on. Hold your horses. These things drive me crazy. We're going to find out. Perfect. Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. Bam. I have to pull up Peter's tweet. Comes to this. We are also, by the way, streaming on T-Mobile Home Internet again. I was going to turn T-Mobile Home Internet off and stream on my regular fiber connection, but I forgot to do that. So we're still on Mint Mobile Home Internet. I'm curious how it is, if the performance is good. I've definitely noticed during video calls, things take a while to load. We got some buffering, we got things like that. So let's go ahead and stop the screen share, add in the new screen that we just pulled up with the details. I wish, maybe I missed it. This is it. Introducing MobileX Pay in Advance pricing. You can basically save up to 20% off when paying ahead. If you pay ahead for 3 months, you get 5% off. 6 months, 10% off. 12 months, 20% off. This is honestly a really good value. 10 gigs of high-speed data for, let's call it $12 a month. That's fantastic. Now, taxes and fees are going to be extra. It's probably going to come out to maybe closer to $13 per month. I will get the numbers on that pretty soon here. That's an awesome value. That is an awesome, awesome value. That's going to beat out US Mobile's plan, right? So if we go to US Mobile, they offer this plan their unlimited flex plan, $17.50 a month for the annual option for 10 gigs of high-speed data. So MobileX is beating that with this annual offer. It's available on that unlimited 10 plan and that unlimited 30 plan. And you can see that drops to $19.90 per month. This is tricky though, because even though unlimited 30, like it's a good plan, 30 gigs of high-speed data, even though it's coming in at $19.90 per month, I mean, they're up against Visible. Visible's owned by Verizon, and I hate to say it, but truly unlimited data for $19 a month, Visible Base is a better deal with this promotion. Plus, Visible Base is monthly, and MobileX, to get that price, you're signing up for 12 months at a time. Plus, you got to add in taxes and fees, so this is probably closer to a $22 plan. So it's so true. I don't know. These MobileX plans feel like a complete 180 from MobileX's pay for what you use mentality. I don't think you could get more different. I completely agree. Yeah, so MobileX launched on this whole, let me see, this whole idea that you would just pay for the data you need. You'd say, all right, I need a little bit of browsing, a little bit of video and streaming. I'm not going to download any movies. Definitely going to stream some music and a few apps and games in here, and I'm going to be productive. And they're like, bam, you pay for 1.3 gigabytes, well, probably 2 gigs, and it comes out to a very reasonable price. Doing the bulk pricing model for the unlimited 10 and unlimited 30, I mean, this is effectively like killing the buy the gig plan, right? Like, why would you spend, like the moment you get to, let's just say, all right, 5 gigs of data, that's very reasonable, $12.48 per month. Why would you pay $12.48 per month for 5 gigs when from the same company you can get 10 gigs for as low as $11.90 per month? It just doesn't make sense. And it kind of kills, no one, man, you're absolutely right. It just kills the pay per gig model. Like, it effectively proves in some sense that pay per gig is just so expensive, it's not worth it. Like, you're better off just getting a 10 gig plan or getting a 30 gig plan. So yeah, very weird. I think it kind of shows almost, I mean, maybe it's, I'd be curious what the data says, but it's almost like an admission that the pay per use model just simply doesn't work in wireless anymore. It's almost like we have been conditioned to, like, you as a consumer, you need to like overbuy so that you never need to worry about it, never need to think about it, as opposed to paying for what you use. And I've been using MobileX, paying for what I use, and I go over it and I still, I have to pay the top-ups. In fact, I think I just paid for a top-up today because I had my Wi-Fi off. Classic rookie mistake there. And it auto tops up and you get this charge $1.90. And it's still reasonable, but when you have these kinds of prices, it's hard to compete. I will also say I am pretty disappointed, unfortunately, in the unlimited access. So I was testing out, this is the last point, and then we got some super chats we got to go to. I was testing out the unlimited 30 plan here, right? 30 gigs of high-speed data, advertised as an unlimited plan, and unfortunately, after the high-speed allotment, data slows significantly to the point where I don't feel it's actually usable. So check this out. I did a test on this is my MobileX unlimited line, and these were the speeds: 0.2 megabits per second down, 0.24 megabits per second up. That was on the Coverage Map app. I ran some additional tests, and they were so slow. 0.05 megabits per second down, 0.1 megabits per second up. Even on the classic speed test app, okay? Ookla speed test, 0.17 down, 0.18 up. Is this usable? Is this unlimited? From my experience, not at all. Let me pull up some screenshots here. I could not even stream Apple Music. It was not good. So this was the Apple Music app. Can't connect. I did eventually get it to load a song, and then the request timed out. So yeah, unfortunately, I feel like for MobileX, they're kind of in that $20 or less price bracket. and they're up against some fierce competition from the prepaid carriers themselves. Like, it's kind of hard to recommend MobileX when you can get truly unlimited data from Visible Wireless for that $19 price point. So still could be good for some lighter data users. And I kind of like the model. It definitely can help people save a lot of money. But oh man, very curious. Okay, we got to move on to some super chats because you guys are awesome. First one, Ruben, thank you so much for your patience. Which is better, Visible or US Mobile's phone protection plan? Any other plans that are better than these two plans? Ruben, this is a fantastic question. Let's go ahead and dive in. So we just saw US Mobile launch their device protection, and I actually got it on my device. My personal phone is now protected with US Mobile's device protection plan. And let's just pull that up so we can take a look at US Mobile's device protection versus Visible's device protection, so you know what you're getting for each. Let me pop that up. Boom. So we have US Mobile Protect, comprehensive coverage. They're doing a promotion right now, so I got it on sale, and it's almost too good to be true, but I think they're doing sort of this new intro offer. It's where the first, I was definitely not a first 100 customers. Maybe I'll reach out and I'll see if I find out. But it's $3 a month for the first 10,000 people. So I think enough people probably haven't signed up yet, so you can still get the deal. And it is basically as close to Apple Care as you can get, just through a third party. So it's valid for any smartphone. This includes iPhones, Android phones, every phone basically. It's a gently used phone. You'll still be covered. And it's going to cover accidental damage, breakdown, loss, and theft. And that's really nice. You're getting unlimited claims. So I think Apple Care was previously limited to 2 claims per year. It still might be limited to 2 claims per year. This is unlimited. Repairs where you want. You can do a repair at over 3,000 authorized locations. Or if you're an iPhone user, you can go straight to the Apple Store, do a repair direct through Apple, and the insurance will just reimburse you and protect it around the globe. So really good. We kind of covered these before, but it's covering, again, accidental damage, any kind of mechanical failure, and even loss and theft, which is really, really cool. So how much does this cost? I opted for the annual plan, which is on sale for $36. Seems too good to be true. I can afford the $3 a month for the first year to grab it. Regular price, $75 a year or $7.50 per month. Now, even the monthly rate is a really good value because Apple Care now is priced at about $14 a month for that premium package. So let's just scroll down and we'll do all model pricing. And you can see I have selected the Apple Watch, and I was really hoping to select the iPhone. So if we do all model pricing, the Air 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, $14 a month. Now, $140 per year. So US Mobile, $75 and $750, really, really good. A little bit over half the price, but still great value. And again, you can kind of see the full breakdown here. I'll just zoom out a little bit so we can fit more on the screen. US Mobile Protect, you're getting unlimited claims, including for loss and theft. I was like trying to say Thoths. Loss and theft. Apple Care Plus, you are limited to those 2 claims per year. You're getting the same coverage for accidental damage and breaking and stuff like that. Repairs when you want. Apple is at Apple stores only and authorized service providers. That makes total sense. Add coverage anytime. This is true. This is a really big perk. So even if you have a gently used phone, an older phone, you can add coverage. Even one with a slightly older battery, I think you can just add coverage. And then when that battery dips below 80%, I think you should be covered. Don't quote me on that, but that would be my understanding. It looks like Apple Care you can only add within 60 days. That's totally true. They're matching the deductibles. So damage, $100, cracked screen or glass, $29, and then loss and theft, $149. So that's exactly what Apple does as well. And then really competitive pricing. So I signed up for US Mobile Protect. It is offered through this company called ACO. And this is basically a device insurance company. I think you can actually sign up for, consumers phone protection. And it's more expensive to go through ACO directly. If you sign up now, they advertise lower rates. And I think for some devices, it is lower. But for the iPhone that I have, it ends up being more expensive. Okay, I guess sign up. Like, how do I see the pricing here? All right, get phone only. Perfect. What's nice about ACO, though, you can bundle it. So you can do your phone and 25 other items. If you do through US Mobile, it's just your phone. So kind of up to you what you want to do. But yeah, you select your phone. Let's just say I'm doing an Apple and I'm doing that iPhone 17 Pro. And you can see that's $15 a month, which is more expensive than Apple directly. But if we go to checkout here, if you do the 2 years up front, this will make it a little bit cheaper than Apple, what Apple charges. So kind of up to you what you want to do there. But that's US Mobile Protect. I think the US Mobile route, if you just have one phone, the pricing they're able to offer, $750 a month, is really, really good. What is Visible doing? So Visible Protect, it's by Assurant, so that's important to keep in mind. This is going to cover drops, cracks, etc. Android virus safety. I certainly hope no one is getting viruses on their Android phone. Hopefully those are not a thing. Fast, easy coverage until you need it. No, I'm kidding. 24/7 claims and more. Okay, so Visible Protect, it looks like it is... All right, this is the complete offer. $10 a month, very fair. This is for a new phone or wearable. It doesn't look like you can do... I'm just trying to see here. It looks like you have to do a phone directly from Visible. So a new phone or wearable, or a Visible pre-owned phone. So that limits your options already. If you're an existing customer, you already have a phone, US Mobile is going to be a little bit better because you can just sign up with your existing phone, add coverage anytime. Visible, it looks like you have to do it while you're ordering it. Pretty much the same coverage. We're getting mechanical, electrical failure, boom, accidental damage, those are covered. Loss and theft are also covered here with that complete offer. So new phone from Visible and $10 a month. You're going to get Apple Care service, so it can go straight to Apple. That's totally fine. And you get the Pocket Geek Mobile by Assurant app, which is going to give you antivirus by Avast, the ability to file that claim, troubleshoot, and review the protection plan details. Not sure how much value that actually ends up being, but yeah, I mean, if it's up to me, I personally would go the US Mobile route. Or if you don't want to, buy from US Mobile directly, this is great if you're an existing customer. If you're not an existing customer, you can just go through ACO, and I think this could become a better value if you go ahead and get multiple devices, right? So you can get insurance for your phone, your partner's phone, your family's. Like, you can bundle a bunch of stuff in a year, and they'll even cover things such as headphones, smartwatches, and things such as that. So you can see protect one phone and 25 items per plan, personal and home electronics, and more. So that's great. Covers accidental damage, parts and battery failures, theft protection, and it's up to $2,000 per claim. So that means when you file a claim, which would be $99. Yeah, it'd be a $99 deductible, and that would cover up to $2,000, whether that's a repair or a battery replacement or anything like that. So it could be an option to check out, and this is available for any carrier, which is kind of nice. You just want to price it out, though. See what's going to be most affordable for you. $15 a month is not bad, but again, from Apple directly, $14 a month or $140 per year. So really up to you what you want. So Ruben, I hope that's helpful. Curious if do you guys have insurance, and what do you have? So let me pull up the YouTube studio here, and I'll get a poll going. So I'm curious if you have insurance and what you are using. Content live. Bam. The live control room. All right, I've entered. I can make a poll. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Oh, perfect. Do you have device insurance? Let's start the poll. And let's see what people are thinking. What people are saying. Kyle Crow, I have Apple Care 1. Kyle, that is so tempting. The ability to get the phone and the watch and the laptop covered for $20 a month, that's pretty good. The downside, $240 per year, okay? That alone would probably cover the cost of repair on the phone, The laptop could be more expensive, but potato, Apple Care because no case. I respect that. Since buying the insurance, I think I might go caseless now, which means the case was a waste. I don't even have it near me. I forget where it is, but I spent money on the case. I spent more money on the case than I did on the device insurance through US Mobile. That's crazy. But the phone itself, without a case, it's so nice. If I break it, I'll be sad, but well, TBD. Yeah. Fizan King. I have a Samsung Fold 6, so I always buy Samsung Care Plus. That's probably a good thing if you're rocking a foldable. What about Mint Mobile repair plan? Bill, that's a great question. Kevin, the only thing about ACO is you need to have location on at all times. Kevin, you are absolutely correct. And it turns out they use the location for the loss and theft protection, right? Like, how would they insure against theft and loss if they don't know where the device is, right? So that's to prevent fraud where, if they didn't do that, you could just say, oh, I lost my phone or it was stolen. And then you get another one. And then you could sell the one you got. So they do require location to track the device. And that is so they can provide that loss and theft protection. I heard the Pixel automatically switches roaming networks. I don't know if that's true. I might depend if you're actually roaming or not. Max says, my experience with AppleCare was terrible. I got a 15 Pro, expecting to be able to get a 29 screen repair whenever I wanted. The screen got all scratched up and it was only $20 repair was declined because it was only cosmetic. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the screen needs to be like fully smashed. Not to say it couldn't somehow get smashed and then get repaired, but there is unfortunately sort of a, like they'll accept screens that are cracked, really damaged. I think if there's some deep scratches, they might do that, but unfortunately the lighter ones, they won't do, which is a bummer. BJ, I buy all my phones through Amazon, and my Assurion Protect Amazon exclusive covers phones and any electronic devices with a $5,000 a year policy limit of claims, and it's only $17 a month. Doesn't sound too bad. APC man, any idea what the T-Mobile uncarrier thing is this week? We do not know. I have no idea. I genuinely no idea. We'll find out. We will find out. All right, I'm curious what the poll is saying. 57% of you, well, that just changed. 59% of you, people are voting. 59% do not use insurance. 40% do. Interesting. Very interesting. So I guess I'm now in a minority, but it's fun, sometimes just to be able to rock the phone without a case. We have some other super chats. Let's keep this conversation moving. Kevin, thoughts on US Mobile CEO, over promise but under deliver. Kevin, I hate to say it, but I kind of feel like that is the CEO is on one timeline and the reality is on a very different timeline. So those two things are very disconnected. And it is kind of disappointing. Like, I'm a US Mobile customer. I pay for the service. I really like it. I really like a lot of the products and features they launch, such as the device insurance. I think that's a great option to have. I think their user dashboard is super friendly, and I really enjoy that. But yeah, unfortunately, I do think that they sometimes overhype features, and then it's not that they don't deliver the features, it's they don't deliver the features when they say they're going to deliver the features. That's really the bummer. Like, you get all excited about, what was the last thing they teased? QCI 7, right? They said they're teasing that for Dark Star, and they were very generous. They shared a line with me. I'm just like scanning about now to see if I even have the phone that has it. It's somewhere in this house. Here, you guys won't know. It is on this phone. Actually, it might actually be on this phone. Let me pop in here. Okay, if I go to settings, network and internet. Yes, it is. Bam. Anyway, this is the phone that has it. QCI 7. They sent QCI 7 over to me so I could test it out. Candidly, have not tested it out. That's on me. That's my bad. But it's not available to the public yet. So, when is that coming? We don't really know. We don't really have a timeline. So it's a bummer. But that said, they have shipped some incredible features, right? We've seen international roaming improve. We've seen all of their plan features and prices improve this year. Double the data on unlimited starter for Warp and Lightspeed. The Dark Star version of unlimited starter going truly unlimited. The unlimited premium plans going truly unlimited on all networks. That was insane. So they are shipping incredible features. Unfortunately, just the sort of presentation and communication of these features and the expectation of timeline is very off. It's very similar to another brand you may know, Tesla. Elon's timeline and universe is maybe he's on Ahmed's timeline, or they're on the same timeline, living in the future. So it is disappointing, I think, as a normal customer. The good news is if you don't go on Reddit and you don't really follow what they're doing, you're perfectly happy because everything works, the price stays the same, and it's exactly what you want. So yeah, pros and cons. I do wish the timelines that they hyped up were closer to the timelines they delivered on, but it is what it is. Green, your thoughts on the future of Apple modems? Yes, we saw Apple launch the... Nope, don't have it. Where do these things go? We saw Apple launch the original C1 modem with the iPhone 16e at this. Can you believe that was at the start of this year, everybody? They then launched the improved Apple C1X in the iPhone Air. And for my testing, it's actually quite good. Notably, I'd say very closely matching the performance of the cellular modems in the other devices, such as that Qualcomm. What are we on right now? I think it's the Qualcomm X65. Don't quote me on that. Someone correct me if I'm mistaken. I think it's the X65 in this and Apple C1X in this. I'm suddenly having doubts. Someone save me. I'll check the chat in a second. But they're very similar in performance, and more notably, the C1X is getting better, or is advertised to get better power efficiency. So I'm very excited for Apple's modems. I think when the new phones have them, they're going to be performing very well. And I think we'll see battery improvements as well, thanks to that better power efficiency in Apple's own cellular modems. So I'm excited to see it. And let me see what the chat is saying here. X85. Wow, I was horrendously off. Thank you, Pete and Gabriel. Oh, right. iPhone is X80. So clarifying, the 17 Pro Max that I was just holding up, Qualcomm's X80 modem. The newest one that is out is the X85 in the OnePlus 15. So and people are asking me to get that. I probably should get that and check it out. But I think before I do that, I should finish filming the iPhone video and actually ship it, so to speak. So I will do that. Just checking the comments. So Green, that was your question. Taylor, great to see you in the chat. Welcome. Hi, Stetson. Between Verizon's Unlimited Plus Ultimate, T-Mobile's Experience More and Beyond plan, which do you think is the best post-paid plan and why? Taylor, that is a fantastic question. I think we just got to pull these up. We got to do a quick side-by-side here, see what is cooking in the land of the post-paid universe. So let me pop this here, bam, and we are just going to go to ye old bestphoneplans.net, pull up the plans page. And the question is specifically about Verizon Unlimited Plus. So we'll grab that. We'll grab the regular one. Let's do Verizon Unlimited Ultimate. Oh, if you spell Ultimate correctly, it usually shows up. Bam, there it is. We'll add that one to compare. And we got to get some T-Mobile. Thankfully, experience is a very unique word, so easy to find those. Experience More, Experience Beyond. Let's go ahead and compare plans now and see what the features are. In my area, I think T-Mobile is a little bit better coverage and performance-wise. Verizon, a very, very close second, though. And my personal line is on Verizon right now, thanks to the improved coverage in the mountains. At least that's how I feel. So I'd say network-wise, I'd probably lean a little bit towards Verizon. All right, let's start with the sort of more entry-level plans. Verizon Unlimited Plus versus T-Mobile Experience More. 80 versus 85. Both are giving you unlimited high speed and unlimited priority data. T-Mobile is doubling the hotspot data though, 60 gigs versus 30 gigs. And T-Mobile is giving you higher resolution video streaming, 4K versus 720p. Watch add-on is going to be cheaper on Verizon, $750 versus $12. And there is a cheaper tablet option on Verizon, $10 versus $20. So interesting to keep that in mind. International texting included on both. International calling, better on Verizon, $10 versus $15. So $10 to 140 countries versus $15 to 70 countries. Not doing a whole lot of international calling, so that's fine. 2 gigs a day versus 15 gigs per month in Canada and Mexico. 2 gigs a day is technically around 60 gigs per month. Could arguably be better, but if you're doing a trip, then maybe T-Mobile is better because you're getting all the data up front and you can choose how to use it. International, not included on Verizon. There is an add-on, $10 for 3 days, and you're getting unlimited talk, text, and 2 gigs per day. T-Mobile, 5 gigs and over 215 supported destinations. It is also worth noting on T-Mobile, you can upgrade your device every 2 years. Verizon is still doing 3-year financing agreements. In terms of perks, T-Mobile is offering T-Mobile Tuesdays, Netflix Standard with ads, Apple TV Plus, full flight Wi-Fi, texting, and streaming where available, a year of AAA, Scam Shield, voicemail to text. Verizon, I tried to list out all the perks here, but it's basically you get a discount on the stuff you want discounts on. So if you want a Disney bundle, you can get a discount on that. You can get a discount on hotspot data, which is crazy. You can get a discount on Apple One, Apple Music Family, Walmart Plus, the Travel Pass days, 2 terabytes of Verizon cloud storage, which is nuts, and those connected device plans, which we already talked about. I think between these 2 plans, for me personally, T-Mobile Experience More is a better value. I think I'm getting a better value out of the included perks. I like the 4K video streaming right off the bat. I like the double hotspot data, and I like the better international data included as well. A little bit more expensive, but I think the extra features are worth it. Let's go on to Ultimate versus Experience Beyond. Now, taking a look at Ultimate here, $90 versus $100. And I actually remembered one more thing on T-Mobile that we'll touch on in just a moment. So Verizon a little bit cheaper, both giving you unlimited priority again. Nothing changed there. Hotspot, this is crazy. So Verizon, 200 gigs of high-speed hotspot before unlimited at 6 megabits per second. T-Mobile, 250. I forgot they did this, you guys. Like, that is nuts. 1/4 of a terabyte of hotspot data. 250 gigs of high-speed hotspot data before unlimited at 600 kilobits per second. Now, for my testing, 600 kilobits per second is basically unusable for hotspot speeds. I mean, your laptop will slow to a crawl. It'll be slower than, give me like an analogy for something. It'll be slower than trying to toast your toast in the morning, right? Like, it takes forever. Nothing loads. It's awful. So in terms of hotspot, I actually think 200 gigs before unlimited at 6 megabits per second is better because 6 megabits per second is actually usable. Both are giving you 4K video streaming now, which is excellent. Add-ons. Add-ons are now cheaper on T-Mobile. So take a look at this. $750 for a watch add-on on Verizon. Only $5 for a watch add-on on T-Mobile. $10 for that tablet line versus $5 for a tablet line on T-Mobile. Really nice to see. Really nice to see. International texting included. Verizon up in the game with international calling. 300 minutes to one country. That's something. They're throwing you a bone. T-Mobile still doing that paid add-on. International in Canada and Mexico, same 2 gigs a day. Now 30 gigs in Canada and Mexico. All up front though. And you can go either way on this. I think a lot of people are going to be fine with 2 gigs a day. And a lot of people will really enjoy getting 30 gigs that they can choose to use how they want in Canada and Mexico. You're also now getting 15 gigs in over 200 countries. Same with T-Mobile, 15 gigs in over 200 countries. It is worth noting calls are billed at 25 cents per minute on T-Mobile while abroad. They are going to be included on Verizon. So something to note, little minute difference there. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is T-Satellite. And this is, well, we'll save them the 99 cents or however much they pay for that click. This is kind of nice. This gives you, I mean, as we discussed before, basically just data that you can use on your phone almost anywhere. Almost anywhere. You're getting a direct connection to Starlink's satellite service. Works on over 60 phones, and you're getting that connection to over 650 satellites. Really fills in the coverage gaps and gives you, maybe later, the ability to use your phone in places you might not have been able to do it. And I think last stream someone was saying full data is working. So I should definitely check this out. This is included for free on T-Mobile's plan. So if we go to the unlimited plans here, let me just confirm this for you. We are going to continue as a guest, and we're going to go to Experience Beyond, zoom in here, and bam, right here, T-Satellite included. So I think that is an extra perk. And with the Experience Beyond plan, you can upgrade your phone every single year for free. You're always eligible for the best device trade-in deals, typically up to $1,100 off the latest devices. I love that. I'm a tech enthusiast. I think that is awesome. A huge value add. Going back to the comparison here, we covered the international stuff. Features, again, it's going to be the Verizon pay-as-you-go perks. This can be great for some people. For T-Mobile, it's almost the same perks as before. I'm trying to see if there's anything that was added. Really just that discounted watch and tablet line. And I think Hulu with ads is new. Let me just scroll over here a little bit. Yeah, I think that Hulu is new. So Taylor, to give you a definitive answer here, it's T-Mobile Experience Beyond. This is my personal favorite plan. I think it's the best of the best. Feature packed. Now, would I use it? I'd be curious to test out the T-Satellite, and I'll tell you exactly why. So if you go to coveragemap.com, let's just open this map here. And where in the world are we? I was like, let me just quickly zoom into my location. I got to remember not to do that. So I'm in Colorado, and I brought this up on a previous stream. There is this beautiful ski resort right here. It is called, I guess the resort name doesn't, it's called the Arapahoe Basin, okay? Awesome ski resort. This is T-Mobile coverage, everybody. Let me zoom out a little bit so the menu's not in the way. This is T-Mobile coverage. Basically non-existent, okay? This is Verizon coverage. It's covered. You get service on the mountain. Not only that, I have verified this. I've skied this mountain, and let's just do Verizon again. Covered. Let's actually pull up that carrier view. Covered. In some cases, really fast speeds, 337 megabits per second down, right? Very usable. 220 megabits per second down. Jeez. Like, we're cooking. T-Mobile. And empty. No service. Confirms no coverage. Technically one square here. So I'd be curious if T-Satellite potentially can fix that, but for the purposes of just being able to go skiing and talk with your friends and communicate on the mountain, I would be a little bit tempted to consider Verizon. But I think overall, you know, I say that, but the annual device upgrades, that would get me. No, I'd go T-Mobile. I would go T-Mobile. Taylor, that is my answer. I think T-Mobile Experience Beyond is the best option. Not only that, with T-Mobile's third line free promotion, I feel like I'm a salesperson now. I'm like pushing T-Mobile. I'm drinking the magenta Kool-Aid. It's like you guys are actually going to see me up on stage on November 20th with the T-Mobile announcement. I am on carrier event. No, I'm kidding. I love the annual upgrades. And what else was I going to say? That would get me. Oh, and T-Mobile, they do their third line free. So So 2 lines, $170 a month. 3 lines, also $170 a month. Third line free, makes it a really, really good value. I think if we pop over, let's just check Verizon quickly. Verizon Unlimited Ultimate. And if we bump this up to 3 lines, you can see $195 a month. So all of a sudden, and this is before taxes and fees for both of them. But all of a sudden, T-Mobile is now cheaper, 170 versus 195. T-Mobile is cheaper, and I think it's packed with features. That's my answer. That is my answer. A very long-winded answer, so I appreciate you for tuning into that. I'm kind of curious what the chat thinks. Also, we'll do a quick update. 62% do not use device insurance. 38% use device insurance. So I'm going to end that poll. For those of you who have insurance, I will say, what kind of insurance do you use? So I'll say just AppleCare Plus or Apple One. And then I don't know what the other ones are. We'll do other. And then let's just say no insurance. Start poll. I feel badly for like leaving out the Android folks, but all right, let's go. Kevin, have you seen the $45 bring your own device plan from Verizon? Kevin, I have not seen this. What are you talking about? What is going on at the Verizon HQ? Actually, I might have seen this. I think I did see this. I was perusing the site, bamboozled by their offerings, astonished by their glamour. Yeah, this is it. This is what they're doing. If you bring your own device, that's what it was, you can get Verizon Unlimited Welcome for $45 a month. Do you see this? Let's pop it out so we get the price on the same page. Bring your own device, you get Verizon Unlimited Welcome for $45 a month. I don't think there's any way to put this other than absolute ripoff. Absolute ripoff. What is Unlimited Welcome? It's unlimited, deprioritized 5G data with, okay, 5G. I don't even think it has Hotspot. Wait, let's go to my site. Let's confirm this. Verizon Unlimited Welcome. And yep, add on Hotspot. No Hotspot. It's just unlimited, deprioritized data. It's not a good plan, okay? Unlimited, deprioritized data for $45 a month. You can get that exact same plan from Visible for $19 a month. Not only that, Visible is a better plan because they give you unlimited mobile hotspot data at 5 megabits per second. So, Kevin, I appreciate it. Verizon is offering some deals right now. Some good, some not good. This one is not good. Don't bring your own device and get unlimited welcome. Please consider any other alternative. So I hope that's helpful. All right, we got Brian coming in with some chat questions. Brian, thank you so much for your generosity and support. I appreciate you. One phone line, one tablet line, 100 gigs a month of usage, coverage, and unlimited data are most important. I can do business plans as well for comparison. Wow, Kevin, you're really throwing in the options. Excuse me, Brian. Sorry, I was just talking to Kevin. Brian, you are really throwing in the options. I like it. I've got a couple that are coming to mind. Let's see if we can price this out for you. So, what's coming to my mind, number one, and definitely a great pick to consider. So you're going to need that tablet support. I think that's probably going to be most important. Option number one, US Mobile. Now, what you would consider doing here, if you wanted to do annual, by all means, hop on that annual bandwagon. If you want to do monthly, great option here as well. I'd say most economical option would probably be, Brian, if you're in an area with good AT&T coverage, and you can check this on coveragemap.com, by the way. So if we just let's go to the main site, coveragemap.com. We have this coverage search tool, free app, by the way. Download on the App Store, Play Store. It's well rated on Apple. If you're on Android, go to the store and give us a good rating. That would really help. No, I'm teasing. But you can download this for free and check it out. Enter any state, city, county, or zip code. Let's just do Frisco, Colorado. Frisco, Summit County, Colorado. And you get the full breakdown here. So if you're in Frisco, it looks like 62% AT&T, 70% T-Mobile, 90% Verizon. Verizon also getting the fastest speed. Okay, you probably want Verizon coverage. So that can be really helpful for determining what network is best in your area. But in terms of your specific needs and what plan is going to be great for you, you might consider US Mobile Unlimited Starter. This is going to give you unlimited high-speed data on the AT&T network, 20 gigs of high-speed hotspot data. Really good option. And you can get this plan and just throw it in your tablet line. Net total, $50 a month, truly unlimited on AT&T for both your phone line and your tablet line. Definitely worth considering. And they have the multi-network add-on, which could be really beneficial if you need coverage on 2 different networks. And I guess that would potentially work for the tablet as well. I should probably check that. I have a cellular tablet. I can look into that. If you want a great secondary option, if you did it a different network, I would do unlimited premium on T-Mobile or Verizon if you needed that. And then you could grab a tablet line. Honestly, it's tough because this, like getting 2 of these would be $70 a month. You could consider throwing your tablet on the AT&T network. That way you have one network for your phone, one network for your tablet. Or you could throw your tablet line on any one of these. I'm assuming the tablet needs a little bit less data, so 10 gigs for $20, not necessarily a bad deal. Let me think of another option. Oh, man. All right, Brian, here's another option. This is a little bit, we're finagling some things here. Another option to consider, Mint Mobile. All right, they're currently doing their 50% off promo. This is just unreasonably good. So this would just be for your phone, $15 a month, $180 up front. This gets you a year of service on the T-Mobile network. You'd want to check to make sure T-Mobile is good in your area before you do this. That breaks down to $15 a month, unlimited high-speed data on the phone, 10 gigs of hotspot data. You're going to be fine. What do you do for the tablet? You could use the included 10 gigs of hotspot, or honestly, this would be a little bit of a mix and mash. Go ahead and throw that tablet line. I'd probably just throw it on unlimited starter on that unlimited option, even if you don't do Dark Star. So Dark Star is AT&T, US Mobile. They're not allowed to say the big network names, so they kind of give you a breakdown here. And I'll give you the quick cheat sheet. Boom, zoom in. So unlimited starter, Dark Star. This is AT&T, unlimited high-speed data. Could be a great option. Warp, instead of unlimited, you're getting 70 gigs. Again, this could work on both your phone and your tablet. Because you need the phone at 100 gigs a month, you could potentially just throw this in your tablet, call it a day. That's Verizon. And then T-Mobile, same deal, 70 gigs and unlimited starter. Probably plenty for the tablet, but you're going to know your usage better than I will. So that's another option. You do Mint for the phone, crazy affordable, and you can go ahead and do or consider doing US Mobile for the tablet. If you're like, Stetson, I just want everything on one place, one bill, we got you. I think another option to consider, Total Wireless. Now, I'm not 100% sure about this. I'm 60% sure. But here's the deal. Total Wireless. You bring your own phone. You get 50% off any Total Wireless plan. Total's got some great plans. Pretty much on par with Visible. So I would say shop. Let's just go phone plans. And these are the 3 options. Again, you'd get 50% off these. So it'd be $20 a month, $30 a month, $25 a month. The one I would probably do, kind of depends on your hotspot preference. The Total 5G unlimited plan, again, this would be $25. You're getting unlimited priority data and then 15 gigs of hotspot. Hotspot's at full speed here. The $60 plan, which would be $30, Total 5G plus unlimited, same unlimited priority data, but now you're getting unlimited hotspot, but at 5 megabits per second. So your preference, if you want full speed hotspot data, but only 15 gigs, go with the Total 5G one. If you're like, yo, I need the unlimited hotspot, consider the Total 5G plus one. 5 megabits per second. It's usable. It'll get the job done. Kind of depends on your preference there. So you're getting 50% off if you bring your own device. And then Total offers tablet lines. So let's go here and let's do a tablet plan. And you can do $10 a month. That's probably what I would consider doing. This might actually be one of the most affordable options. I think doing the Mint and US Mobile deal, right? Phone on Mint, tablet on US Mobile, that would be 15 plus 25, $40 plus some taxes and fees in there. Total, this would be potentially $35 or $40 flat. So you'd get that base unlimited tablet plan. It's just unlimited data. I think it's deprioritized data. Yeah, unlimited deprioritized data. Probably all you need, to be honest. Or you can get the 5G unlimited tablet plan. This gives you ultra wideband, gives you hotspot data. This is crazy. 30 gigs of hotspot for your tablet. And I think it is priority data as well. Yeah, premium data and 5G ultra wideband. So that would run you $45 to $50 a month, depending on what you're looking for. And Verizon coverage on Total Wireless. So Brian, I think those are probably some of the best options. Chat, let me know if I missed anything, but that's probably what I would consider. I will say Total, I think they've got some room to improve their mobile app and website, but truth be told, how often are you going to be using that? Not much. You get signed up, you get activated, you're good to go, you're cruising. You don't need to think about that again. So that's what I would consider looking into. Business lines, yeah, business does have some great options, but I think for a single line, the MVNOs, Mint Mobile, Visible, Total Wireless, they're going to give you crazy good deals as well. And Brian, don't tell anyone I told you this, but I did test out Mint Mobile's plan in my iPad, and it worked. So that is all I will say there. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep this stream cruising. Kyle, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Since Brian, he drives all over the U.S. as a truck driver, could he do U.S. Mobile Unlimited Premium with multi-line and a tablet? Yeah, that's definitely a great option and could be worth considering, Brian, honestly, if you want to do that multi-line thing. Let me go ahead and log into a US Mobile account here. Let me just sign in off camera really quickly here, and I'll show you what the add-on is. All right, we are in. We have hacked into my own account, if you will. Bam. So, Brian, this is for you again. US Mobile. Let's say you went on US Mobile. You would see your phone line here. You'd see your tablet line here as well. Really cool option. You can add a secondary network. And Kyle, I think this is what you're talking about here. So if you get unlimited premium or unlimited starter, you'll have this option. And let's say you sign up on, in this case, I signed up on Lightspeed, T-Mobile network. You can go ahead, add a second network. And this is going to let you add either Verizon or AT&T to that line. And you can just toggle between them. I should really do a video on this so people can see how that full breakdown works. But that can be a really compelling reason to consider US Mobile just to get access to that feature alone. And I think you'd be able to do that on your tablet as well. I should probably test that as well. Put some money where my mouth is. But yeah, Kyle, thank you for the shout out there. And Brian, I hope that's helpful. Definitely let me know. Let me quickly check the chat, see if there anything is going on that I missed. But I think that's good. Verizon postpaid? Tommy, what is going on? Is the world crumbling? Is it falling apart? Postpaid is good? Bao is suggesting that Total Wireless option, the BYOD. I think that's pretty good. Also, Tim, with a pretty good value prop here. T-Mobile has $10 business tablet lines. Unlimited, comes with 30 gig hotspot. I have 2. And Tim, I don't think you need a phone line with that, right? You can just get the standalone tablet. I think that's what I saw on Reddit. So I think I'd check that out. Verizon's offering a phone watch tablet for only service costs right now. What is going on? What is going on? Do I have to look into that? Let me see if I can find it. Verizon phone watch tablet deal. Think we got it? Is it going to show up? We got a sponsor result. We have, okay, deals. Interesting. No trading required. It's still, the service cost is still going to be so expensive though, right? I mean, you're looking at like $80 a month at least for unlimited plus. And then you've got the tablet, which is like another 20. And then you throw in the smartwatch, that's probably another 10. I'd still go prepaid. That's my take. That is my take. All right, we got some more super chats. Russ, thank you so much for your generosity and support. 2 power users, 15 gigs each, 2 phones that use less than 1 gig combined. So 4 lines total. On the old OnePlus T-Mobile plan for $160, I think I could get a better deal elsewhere. BYOD would consider splitting it up. Yeah. Whew. Let's see. Just trying to run some numbers right now. Let's just see where things come out to, and we can get you sorted. I mean, this might just be super easy. So Russ, let's just make this as easy as possible for me and for you. If I'm in your shoes, right? So you're on T-Mobile. That means you get good T-Mobile coverage. I think one really strong option to consider is US Mobile. Actually, oh man. Oh my God, Russ, wait. Russ, you're going to love this. If you really want to cost max right now, here's what you would consider doing. You're on T-Mobile. I'm assuming you like T-Mobile coverage, or at least it's a pretty good option for you. The 2 power users, you could consider putting those on Mint Mobile's unlimited annual plan. You're going to get the same T-Mobile coverage. It is going to be deprioritized. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. T-Mobile is just so fast and has so much capacity. That would be $15 per line per month. All right, so we're at $30 a month right now. Now, after your first year, this will go up to $30 per line per month, but you can also switch plans before your year is up, all that kind of good stuff. So $15 for the power users. For the light users, this is crazy. You can consider US Mobile. They have a shared by the gig plan, right? And basically the way this works is you pick what data bucket you want. These all include one line. Let's just say we do the 5 gig option. $15 for that first line. Add a second line, it's only $8 extra. You're at $23 a month total, taxes and fees included. And this is going to be for the 2 lines that are they use less than 1 gig combined. All right, get out of here. Let's bump this down to the 2 gig plan. 2 gigs shared between 2 lines that use less than a gig. And we're at $18 a month, tax and fees included. So you'd be at $30 for the Mint plans, $30 plus 18. So it'd be 48. Let's add some taxes and fees in there. Maybe we'll call it 55. $55 a month after all taxes and fees for 4 lines on plans that meet your specific needs. What do you think about that, Russ? That's not bad. That's not bad. Better yet, if you wanted all lines in one place, one account, you could consider doing the US Mobile deal. Again, this says it ends in 2 hours. Please do not stress. It might end and it might come back. You know what I mean? But let's say for this hypothetical example, it keeps going. You could do unlimited starter. The problem with unlimited starter is that it's not going to be, well, actually, I take it back. Unlimited starter is perfect for you, Russ, because you're only using 15 gigs or more. And if we see the plan details here, unlimited starter, even on the Lightspeed network, which is T-Mobile, is coming in with 70 gigs of high-speed data. So you're going to be totally fine. Totally fine. You could consider that, and that's just going to be, again, $200 up front for those 2 phones, $1,660. Very similar math, probably around the same $55. Actually, we can do exact amount. It'd be $1,660 plus $1,660. Oops, I missed something. Hang on. I know you can't see this, but we're going to give you an exact number. Plus, I think it was 18, right? $51.20 per month for all 4 lines. That's not bad. If you even did the monthly, you could do $50 for the higher data usage plans, and then the lighter ones, 18 a month. What is that? $68 a month. That's so good. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. I think that's like such a good deal. Ooh, Tommy's asking, put all 4 lines in a pool. Would that be even cheaper? Tommy, let's do it out. That was my first thought, but I think the higher usage might kind of nerf that. So for this, you're specifically going to need I don't see a way for me to customize. Hang on. So this is buy the gig plans. They say for your business here, but I think the pricing's exactly the same. You're gonna need 30 gigs, probably like 35, maybe even more than that. Maybe 50 gigs. 50 gigs for 4 lines, 104 a month. If we drop this down, let's say it's 40 gig, 40 gigs, 89 a month. 30 gigs, you're gonna be pushing it for 74. Yeah, Tommy, I think in this example, I think it actually makes more sense to do the unlimited plans, especially with the promos they have going on right now. Like, hop in that unlimited starter bandwagon, and you'll just save so much money. So yeah, Russ, I hope that's helpful. That's just, I'm just thinking about the savings, and that is insane. Absolutely insane. Kevin, you're back with another super chat. Thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate you. I'm on light speed, but speeds get slow on peak hours. Zip 75061. I also heard it transferring networks to Dark Star. I have to re-verify with ACO. Interesting. So this is kind of going back to that device insurance where if you transfer networks, you have to re-verify. That is very interesting to hear from your end. I could potentially try that out myself. I probably will actually in the future. I'll get another line with it. For those curious, ACO is using your phone number, and so I imagine, Kevin, if the phone number is the same, and that's actually something that I think US Mobile mentioned. I can't remember where, but the insurance is tied to your phone number. So if you buy the phone insurance and you transfer to a new device, maybe you upgrade to that iPhone Air or another Pro device, or you just go from here Pro to Pro Max. The phone insurance, because it's the same price, it'll still cover the Pro Max. You probably need to re-verify it though. Re-download that ACO app, and you do have to upload pictures of the device, and it verifies the Face ID camera, the selfie camera, the back camera. So basically, you like use the front-facing camera to take a selfie, and that verifies the front glass is in good condition. Use the rear-facing camera with a mirror to take a picture of the back, verifies the back is in good condition. You also do a Face ID. That confirms Face ID is working, and you get the app, and you have to share the location for the theft and loss protection. But otherwise, it does work, and you should be able to switch devices. May need to re-verify if you switch phones and stuff, so that's good to know. And I have heard that it can vary if you get knocked all the way down to QCI 9 on T-Mobile. That's where speeds can be really slow. I actually had a friend saying that they were getting like 60 down on, I think it was QCI 6, but then only like 2 down on QCI 9. So maybe it makes more of a difference. I really want to test that. Go out in the world, get 2 identical phones, put them side by side, see what kind of real world performance difference I see. Until then, though, I think for most people, most of the time, it's not going to matter. Russ, thank you for running the numbers. Much appreciated. Russ, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for tuning in, asking a great question. I really hope that helps you save some money. There are guides on my website on exactly how to get your port out information, and I can just pull that up right now so we can, mostly just a self-promotion for me. But basically, in the news section here, I've got guides on how to get your T-Mobile account number and transfer PIN. So that hopefully is really helpful. And then I think I have a US Mobile. This is, from 2022. That means I've got a slightly outdated US Mobile activation guide, but I think I did make another one on YouTube at one point. Let's do YouTube. See if I can pull it up. And that would just walk you through the activation process. Oh, look at me. Someone is live. Dude, that's awesome. 223 people watching. You guys are incredible. If you're enjoying this live stream, please consider hitting that like button to show your support. Anyway, if I don't have one, that would be, oh, okay, there it is. 5 years ago, how to activate 3 years ago. You've got some tutorials. You've got some tutorials that I've made on how to do it and keep your number. So hopefully those will be helpful, even if the process has changed a little bit. All right, what's we got cooking in the chat? You guys are awesome. Yeah. Alian Ram. So I was going to sign up for ACO device protection on US Mobile since my back screen is broken. Glad you mentioned that they need pictures front and back. Yes. So unfortunately for the insurance industry, they have to sort of do this balance of offering a really great price, great experience, great product, and trying to prevent fraud. And so the way ACO does that is through having you take pictures of the device using the device's camera. So you have to hold it up to that mirror, take a picture of the back glass, front glass, and you'll do that Face ID check. That's validating cameras are working, Face ID is working, all that stuff. And they basically want to protect a phone that's in good condition. And unfortunately, yeah, if your device already has damage, then it will not be eligible. Is it worth getting Visible Plus Pro or Visible Plus? There's no real difference. I think they're equal everything, saving $30 a month after 4 months because I have a $10 promo. I'm assuming you're asking between Visible Plus and Visible Plus Pro. Honestly, very, very similar plans. And I think I can pull them up here. Let's just do that. Plans, and let's pop this like that so you can see it. Cool. So we'll just do a quick reset selection, and then we'll do Visible Plus. And they'll actually both show up here. So we'll do Visible Plus and then Visible Plus Pro, and we can go ahead and compare these. And yeah, very, very similar. If I were in your shoes, Shane, I would go with the regular Visible Plus plan. More affordable, still has excellent features, and you're going to save a bunch of money. Couple seconds. Clutch, MVNO versus big carriers. MVNOs, they're not going to have physical store locations. They're typically not going to do the same type of device deals. We were looking at some earlier this stream, right? We were looking at that Pixel deal. Mint does do it, right? And US Mobile has a Pixel deal. Visible's got their Pixel 10 deal. If we just go to deals, you'll see that. But it's different. It's, $400 off versus $1,100 off, right? So the deals are different. The coverage is going to be the same as the native network. So if you sign up on Visible by Verizon, you're going to get the same coverage as the native Verizon network. If you sign up on Mint Mobile, you're going to get the same coverage as the native T-Mobile network. If you sign up with US Mobile on Dark Star or any of the networks, you get the same coverage. So really, it's just like lack of the physical store location, different setup for devices and financing and whatnot, and generally cheaper plans. Like you're getting the plan at a great price. All right. This is going to answer Shane's question. Again, $10 difference, which is what you noticed. 35 versus 45. What are you actually getting? I'll point out the four key differences. So difference number one, hotspot data. 10 megabit per second hotspot speeds versus 15 megabit per second hotspot speeds. Number two, video streaming quality. 1080p versus 4K. Number three, watch add-on. $10 extra versus included. And number four, actually, there's 5 differences. So number 4 is going to be international calls to Canada and Mexico only versus 500 minutes to over 85 countries. And then number 5 is going to be 1 free international day per month versus 2 free international days per month. If you use the smartwatch, I would say it's a no-brainer to go Visible Plus Pro. If you're like me and you have a smartwatch, but you don't think it needs cellular service, I would 100% save money with Visible Plus. $26 a month right now with code SWITCH26. An insane value, probably one of the best value plans on the Verizon network right now. And there's a link for that in this video description as well. Visible Plus Pro, still a great plan, still awesome, but you can get 1080p streaming, I think is plenty for a smartphone. You can get 4K by using a VPN if you so choose. And the 10 megabit per second hotspot speeds, I think, are plenty fast. Very little difference between 10 and 15, in my opinion. So I hope that helps. We got Loyal to Houston coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. 2 lines for $65 a month is nice at Metro. That is a really great deal. Let's see. Is this a special promotion that they're offering right now? Let me pull this up. All right. We got the benefits included. 2 lines. I'm assuming it's just this. Yeah, unlimited 5G for $65. This is a great deal. And I think you could potentially get a better offer. So this is unlimited talk and text, no hotspot, okay? No hotspot. With Mint, it would be $30 a month for 2 lines for your first year, and you get 10 gigs of hotspot. So I would lean a little bit more towards Mint. We also got to give US Mobile a shout out here. Where's that tab? So US Mobile, let's just say you're paying month to month, unlimited premium, currently on sale for $35 a month. And I guess to your credit, if you got this is actually more expensive. So maybe it's not worth giving a shout. It's unlimited high speed and was it 50 gigs of hotspot? I actually forget more plan details. Unlimited premium and light speed. Yeah, 50 gigs of hotspot. So that's a crazy good plan. I'm trying to think if there's anything more affordable, but I think you're right. Loyalty Houston, I think you're right. If you're paying monthly, hard to find a better option than what Metro is doing. 65 a month, honestly not too bad. I almost wonder if Google Fi could be worth it. But the problem is with Google Fi, it's no longer truly unlimited, right? And that's kind of like defeats the purpose in some sense. 2 lines, unlimited standard, 40 each. Yeah, 40 each. Whoa, $80 a month. Let's get this out of here. Close that tab. All right. I think Loyalty Houston, yeah, you bring up a great point. It's an awesome value. VJ, most people won't really notice 4K on their phones. I think it's just marketing. 1080p streaming is already very sharp on phone screens. VJ, I completely agree. If you are watching your video content at a normal distance, I don't think you're going to notice a difference. If you're watching your video content like this, yeah, maybe you can notice the difference between 4K and 1080p. From my experience, I don't think it matters, especially streaming on a cellular network. I watch most of my video content, honestly, on my Mac, or my iPad. Realistically, it's my iPad, and I'm at home and I've got Wi-Fi. And I'm curious, how is Mint Mobile Home Internet performing? From my end, it seems like it's doing all right, but hopefully it's good on your end. Let's also do a quick check-in on the poll. We're seeing, again, that 47% with no insurance, 34% of you with insurance are doing AppleCare Plus, 19% doing other. And I think people were saying Asurion or, some other device protection policy there. But kind of interesting. At normal distance, I disagree about the 4K because the 4K also includes a higher bit rate, which results in smoother video, even if it is downscale. I will say I think it has better audio because of the higher bit rate. And what else would the bit rate include? Maybe like better colors, better, smoother compression. That's a fair point. Look, I think it's fine on a phone. Just, pay a couple bucks for a VPN. SpongeBob, is CellMapper website information trustworthy? 100%. CellMapper is this incredible crowdsourced project. It's users contributing information with their phone, with their Android phones specifically, because CellMapper is only on Android. So it's accurate. Yeah, 100%. This is in regards to the stream. Musty is saying, it seems all right, but I think I've noticed a couple moments throughout the stream where there's been brief moments where stream freezes for like a second or two. Yeah, I feel like I've noticed that when I was on my Google Meet meetings today. Like it'll buffer and slow down, and it's not that enjoyable. If you're on a meeting, you want that crisp, clear visual and audio experience. For Gavel, Stetson, what are your thoughts on Pronto Mobile? It's only 2G for me right now. My thoughts on Pronto Mobile, I think they're working on exciting technology. I'm rooting for them. I think it's always great to have another exciting player in the space. I think there could be room to improve it. I know when I was testing it out, I was experiencing some higher latencies than what I was expecting. And hopefully they can continue to work on that and improve that. But always welcoming to a new player in the space and wish them well. In addition, 4K streaming uncapped allows for more preloading in the video or social media apps. Yeah, Ryan, that is a fair point. So when we talk about video streaming quality, not only are we referring to I'd say the highest resolution you can stream without buffering, but that also impacts other social media apps. And if you're zooming through TikTok or Instagram Reels, having the uncapped video streaming will just give you like a much smoother experience loading one reel to the next reel to the next reel, versus if you have a cap, you will be buffering. That's so fair. Weakness of 5G internet has always been and will always be latency. Tommy, I will challenge that. I do think, this is so funny. I do think Verizon's 5G home internet, which I have here borderline as a prop over anything else because, well, you can see it's not really plugged in right now. I think if you get Verizon 5G home internet on a millimeter wave connection, I think you can be cooking. I think you can get some awesome, awesome performance. So that is my challenge. And I will also surrender in that Verizon millimeter wave 5G home internet is available in very, very few locations. And I have no idea what the performance is like, if this baddie can lock on to millimeter wave, how long it stays connected, and if the latency is perhaps more variable. But I will give them a shout. Unfortunately, Verizon 5G home internet is horrible in my area, which is why I have not even used it and will not test. I might do a dedicated live stream to test it, but I would not do like a multi-hour Q&A. It's just horrendous. Does the modem even have millimeter wave support, and will it reach inside? I think it does. And the idea is you would put this, let's see if I can, line this up. You put this like, bam, right next to a window, like on a window, borderline outside, as close to the window as you can get. And I think you will grab it, and hopefully it's good if you get line of sight. If you don't, then it might not work. I haven't tried it. Yeah, Kyle, better have it next to an open air window to get millimeter wave 5G. Flop phone 11, I have it. It's horrible. It's capping me. I'm sorry to hear that. Didn't realize. Luke is commenting back on the Pronto mobile situation. High ping because of the O2 roaming. So it sounds like they're roaming. They have a SIM that's roaming in the US that might potentially be adding some latency. I've been tied into AT&T and looking to switch T-Mobile and Verizon carriers. Both work in my area. You mentioned Mint has 35 gigs of fast speed. Jump in for 15. I don't go past 30 gigs. Oh, man. Yeah. 100%. I'm in your shoes. I mean, really, your two best options, I think, are going to be Mint and US Mobile. So give you the quick rundown. Yeah, I would probably just jump in. The savings are so good. Make sure, first of all, before you switch, this is massive. This is a shout out to everyone. A few things you need to do before you switch carriers. Number one, keep your current service active, okay? Don't touch anything. When you go through the process of transferring your phone number from your old carrier to your new carrier, the old carrier will reach out and automatically cancel, or your new carrier rather, will automatically reach out and cancel your old service. So number one, keep your current service active. Number two, make sure your device is unlocked. If you are unsure if you have an unlocked device or not on iPhone, you're going to go to Settings, General, About. Let me go ahead and find that. Settings, General, About. And you're going to scroll down until you see Carrier Lock. And it needs to say No SIM Restrictions. If yours says that it is SIM locked or there are SIM restrictions, you're going to want to contact your carrier to figure out what is going on and how to get that unlocked. Typically, if your phone has been paid off, it is eligible to be unlocked, but sometimes you need to call your carrier and actually get them to unlock it. So that's number two. Make sure your phone is paid off in full and unlocked. If you have an Android phone, such as this beautiful Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, unfortunately, there is literally no way to tell if it is locked or unlocked, so you need to call the carrier. That is the only way to do it, and it is worth that phone call, that moment of pain and surfing through the telephone system to reach a support agent. Make sure your phone is unlocked and paid off. Number three, once you've done those things, you're pretty much good to go and switch. Actually, I'll caveat that. Number three, get your port out information. Now, wouldn't it be great if there was a website that just had articles on that ready to go so you can easily pick that up? And there is. The Best Phone Plan site. Oh, I don't know where that tab went. Best Phone Plan site. We've got articles on, here we go, transfer PIN. T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon. So very easy way to see how to get your transfer pin. In fact, they're so fast, we'll cover it here. Verizon, dial #port, and you will get that basically sent to you. Pin is valid for 7 days after it's created. AT&T, you're going to dial *port, which is, I think, is much more fun to say, and that is *7678, and that is going to prompt you to verify your identity. You're going to press 1 on the keypad, and you'll get your port out pin sent to you as a text, and then your your account number is on your bill. T-Mobile, more complicated. You've got to, I think, go to the T-Life app and follow some instructions. Basically, sign in. Oh, let me just zoom out. This is crazy. Here we go. Sign in, the settings icon, permissions and controls, transfer pin, generate pin, and then you will grab it. Make sure you use your own pin. That was the pin that I generated in that example. So I hope that's helpful, L. Get all that. Oh, yeah, and your options. Boom. Mint Mobile, Unlimited. Let's just open that up. It's such a good value. Shop plans. $15 a month, $180 up front. One of the best values on the T-Mobile network. We will give US Mobile a shout as well. Unlimited starter, $16.60 a month. This is going to be unlimited on AT&T. So if you're like, I actually really like AT&T coverage, you can hop on this plan and it'll give you the same AT&T coverage at a way better price. If you wanted to switch it up, you could do this plan, but it's not going to give you the unlimited data that you would get on Mint. It would be 70 gigs on Verizon or T-Mobile. Or if you wanted to splurge on unlimited premium. But honestly, I don't think you need to do that. I would just say, yeah, if you want T-Mobile service, grab Mint. Crazy affordable, crazy good price. And if you want to stick with AT&T coverage, you can consider US Mobile as well. So I hope that's helpful. ABC Man, what do you think of the new CEO of Verizon? What will he do to help bring Red back to its glory days? I don't know. It seems like it was actually interesting. I was listening to the Recon Analytics podcast, the Week with Roger. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Roger is an incredible telecom analyst covering everything in media, telecom, and technology. And basically what he was saying, Verizon had a rough year. Okay, they had some rough quarters, right? And they need to hit some numbers, some profitability. And I think the news was actually coming out that Verizon had layoffs. You're a big telco. You're entering the fourth quarter. How do you turn your ship around? How do you make it more profitable? You effectively have 3 options, right? You can get more customers by offering better device deals, better device promos, things such as that. You can increase the revenue you get from your existing customers by raising prices. And the other option is you can let people go, unfortunately. Verizon is pretty much locked in their device promos and offers. They're offering some screaming deals right now, so they're not going to be able to change much there. They are not going to raise prices on their current customer base because they have already done that, and people obviously dislike it and will leave. So that's out of the question. And so for them, for their playbook that Roger talked about in the podcast, like their only option for boosting revenue in Q4 was unfortunately letting people go. So I think Verizon just had some layoffs. In terms of the new CEO doing things, I think it's going to come back to like Verizon led the LTE era because they had a killer LTE network. In the 5G race, I don't feel like Verizon's 5G network is as much of a differentiator as it was for the LTE era. I think T-Mobile is very strong, potentially the strongest, at least in my market. Verizon's very good, and AT&T in some markets is also very good. So they've got to experiment with other things. Customer service, in-store experience, device promotions. Maybe Verizon becomes the new Un-carrier and actually does things people want. Maybe they include taxes and fees. Maybe they start doing better device deals. Maybe they do 24 and 36-month financing. Maybe they offer annual phone upgrade options. Who knows? They start throwing in perks again. I really have no idea. I have no idea. You know, I'd be curious what do you think they can do to bring Red back to its glory days? Danielle Kelps, thank you so much for your question here. Hi Stetson, I upgraded from my Simple Choice plan to Essentials. They kept my old plan and made the Essentials data an add-on. I was able to keep the 256 gig 256 kilobit per second roaming data and the other perks. That's excellent, Daniel. Happy to hear that. Sunkissed. Is gaming possible? This actually reminded me of those pouches. What were those called? Those like Capri Suns. Oh man. Throwback. We'll quickly throw this up on stream because just seeing your name, Capri Sun. Oh, those pouches. They just bring you back to childhood. At least they bring me back to childhood. All right. Sunkissed. Is gaming possible on 5G home internet with Verizon? I still have Xfinity internet. I would say yes, gaming is possible. This is also like, I haven't even tried it. So should I be saying anything? Maybe not. Sunkissed, you should probably find someone more qualified to actually chime in here. But I will say a lot of times gaming depends on your latency. And I think Verizon 5G home internet can deliver a experience that is usable for gaming. Is it going to be the best experience? Maybe, probably not. Will you potentially lag out sometimes? Yeah, maybe. Is it going to be better than Xfinity internet? Probably not, but could depend. I know some friends that I've had have signed up for Xfinity and have dealt with outages, so that's a whole nother ball game. But I think you can game on Verizon 5G home internet. How good is that experience going to be? I think for a lot of people, it'll be usable. For some people, it might not be what they're looking for. Curious to hear from people who have actually tried it, though. And I think I should get a game console is what I've decided. Good option. Tommy Shields, any company has two options to increase their stock price, increase their value, or decrease their cost. Verizon's new CEO has acknowledged that they no longer deliver the best value as a company. Yeah, so they're decreasing their cost. It's unfortunate. It's the way it is. Kendrick, I definitely think Verizon should include perks again. I'm still in the 5G Get More plan. You were getting perks back then. That was fun. Musty, do you think AT&T will improve significantly with all the new spectrum they got from Dish? I think they will improve measurably. I don't know if it'll be significant. It might be more significant in some markets. How about that? I'd be curious. In my market, I feel like they're not the best. So be curious, how things evolve. Danimal 93. Now, man, this is reminding you guys are reminding me of like childhood snacks. It reminds me of the Danimals. Is that what it was called? The yogurts? Oh man, how does US Mobile multi-network add-on for network redundancy value compare to other service providers that offer the same thing? Danimal 93. I'm candidly unaware of other service providers that offer the same thing. So I'd be very curious to hear what you mean. In terms of the US Mobile thing, though, basically, I'm not going to pull up any visuals. I'll just explain this. So basically, with the US Mobile multi-network add-on, you have your primary SIM, and then you'll get a secondary SIM. For the sake of this example, let's say your primary SIM is on Verizon. Your secondary SIM is on AT&T. With the multi-network add-on, you're going to get 100 gigabytes of shared multi-network data. That means for your first 100 gigabytes of usage, you can toggle between your Verizon SIM and your AT&T SIM as much as you want and use that data. Once your combined usage reaches 100 gigabytes, data will shut off on that secondary SIM, and you will continue getting unlimited data on that primary SIM. So in this example, after 100 gigs of total usage, you will no longer be able to use data on that AT&T SIM, and you'll continue getting unlimited data on the Verizon SIM. That is with the unlimited premium plan. With the unlimited starter plan, it is the exact same thing, except the shared data pool is 70 gigabytes. So that is how the multi-network add-on for US Mobile works. I'm not sure what other providers offer, but I think US Mobile's is very unique and is a really good value. Musty, the throwbacks. Dig Eater, would you consider doing a home internet plan video? Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I've got a couple of them here. We're on Mint right now, so that's on the window connected to the T-Mobile tower. But we've got Verizon, we've got T-Mobile. I'm not in any way eligible for AT&T. That should be my next purchase. Buy a house eligible for all three 5G home internet products. How crazy would that be? I wonder where that would be. That'd be perfect for filming. Vartan in the house. Hey, what's up, Stetson? What is up, Vartan? Great to see you here. Any thoughts on Cricket wireless plans? Yeah, Bobby J, great question. Look, Cricket, they've got good plans, and I think you can get a better value from US Mobile. Let me show you exactly what I mean here. Let's throw back to the Capri Sun. Guys, it just tastes like being a kid again. You can see my Google search for that was Sun Pouch. I couldn't remember the name, so that's what I came up with. All right, bestphoneplans.net. We'll go plans. Oh, we'll just use this view. It's nice being able to see everything. No, I'm kidding. We'll zoom in and we'll reset. The easiest approach here is to go to Cricket Wireless and US Mobile. And let's go ahead and filter by AT&T coverage. And we'll scroll down past the sponsored stuff. Here we go. Perfect. So look, Cricket's got some good plans. But at the same time, you might be able to get some other options that are a little bit better. So Cricket Unlimited Annual. It's an annual plan, unlimited high speed, deprioritized, no hotspot, 480p video, okay add-ons. For the same $25, Bobby J, you could get US Mobile Unlimited Starter Dark Star, AT&T coverage, $25 a month, taxes and fees included. This is a month-to-month plan as opposed to that annual commitment. You are still getting the same unlimited high-speed data. It is still deprioritized. You are now getting 20 gigabytes of high-speed hotspot as opposed to no hotspot. You're getting 720p video streaming as opposed to 480p, and I would argue this actually does make a really big difference. Unlimited talk and text, and unfortunately that watch isn't supported, but you can add a tablet line, and you've got some pretty decent international options as well. I will say Cricket a little bit better because it includes roaming in Canada and Mexico, but is available as an add-on. So in my opinion, I think US Mobile would be a better option, primarily for the hotspot and better video compared to Cricket. And same thing with Cricket's sensible 10 gig plan. Like, what is this doing? This is an unsensible plan because for $5 less, you can get US Mobile, which is going to give you infinitely more data and hotspot data and better video streaming. Like, what? And better internet. What is going on, Cricket? So that's not a good option. Select Unlimited. I mean, same kind of deal. Instead of Select Unlimited, you just go with US Mobile Unlimited Starter Dark Star. Let's actually, no. Yeah. Let me just see if I can filter it out. Features, data, unlimited. Bam, that should filter out a couple more. Perfect. Instead of, Select Unlimited, $35 a month, deprioritized out on hotspot. I mean, this is cheating because it's an annual plan versus a monthly plan. But same thing, you can get US Mobile Unlimited Starter that we covered before, or you can get Unlimited Premium Annual, your unlimited priority, 200 gigs of hotspot, 4K video. Such a beast of a plan. And then here's a better comparison. Cricket Smart Unlimited. Again, not necessarily a bad plan, just US Mobile gives you so much more. Instead of deprioritized data, you're getting unlimited priority on US Mobile. Instead of 15 gigs of hotspot data, you're getting 200 gigs of hotspot data on US Mobile. Instead of 480p video, you're getting 4K video. Instead of a add-on for international calls and texts, you're getting international calls and texts included, and roaming in Canada, and roaming in Mexico, and roaming in 67 countries. So that is just absolutely insane. Cricket Supreme, look, it's a great plan, but at $55, you can get more or less the same features for $44 from US Mobile. So those are my thoughts, Bobby J. It's not that Cricket, it's a bad value. It's just that I feel US Mobile is a slightly better value. The one potential benefit to Cricket is the multi-line discount if you've got 4 lines. And we do the comparison here. You can see that, Select Unlimited is actually the same price as Unlimited Starter, so I take that back. Here we go. Cricket Sensible. This is still deprioritized with no hotspot, and you're getting more with US Mobile Unlimited Starter, so I take that back. Here we go. Cricket Supreme Unlimited. $130 a month. That's actually a really good value compared to US Mobile, $176 a month. Okay, so Cricket does have the multi-line discount. US Mobile does not have that multi-line discount. And therefore, Cricket may be a better option for families, but it just depends specifically on what your family needs. And a lot of times, the regular starter plan might be a better pick. So there you go. Tommy, would you consider doing a Galaxy S26 30-day challenge in February? Tommy, I would consider that. I'm pretty sure the family group chat would excommunicate me. I'm kidding. I don't think I would switch my primary number, but I would definitely consider putting a secondary line on there and then throwing all the apps I actually use on there, and I could probably get away with that. I should also like film and edit my Pixel 30-day challenge and wrap that up. Oh my gosh, Tommy, doing the same question with the super chat. You're so kind. Yeah, I'll consider it. I'll definitely consider it. I would RIP Minternet. Oh, did it drop? Guys, oh no. I'll have to watch it back. That was at the hour and 45-minute mark. We are, for those wondering, we are hardwired in. So this is Ethernet from the MacBook, from this MacBook Ethernet to, you can't see the gateway, it's in the window, but to the T-Mobile 5G home internet gateway. So we're getting the best performance possible, but man. Anyway, would you do a Galaxy S26 30-day challenge? Yeah, I'll think about it. We will do personal number, still an iPhone, unfortunately, which maybe defeats the purpose if I'm not getting messages, but I could use it for work and everything else. That's crazy. We also got to give a special shout out and thank you to Eddie. Thank you so much, Eddie. It looks like we just get a chat, so appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, we're going to end the insurance poll. That's my question. Curious if there are any other questions to ask, but I'm blank now. No, are you going to do a Samsung trade-in deals with the carriers too? Yes, no, I will get on that. I have to finish the iPhone. I'm like behind. I have decided I'm going to hire an editor. I don't know when. Within the next, hopefully 5 months, I will hire an editor because I think I'm getting bottlenecked by me. I'm the bottleneck. This is the problem right here. This is the face of the problem. It's trying to film and edit and do everything else all at once. So I think getting an editor will help produce some content that is sitting on your old hard drive. That average MT beer. Do you have fiber available in your area? Yes, it turns out I have some of the best fiber available. Let me see if I can pull this up. Give it a special shout out. Also, one more shout. If you're enjoying this video, please consider clicking that like button. It really does help support the channel, and I appreciate you. You are awesome. In terms of your question, wait, let me pull this up. Here we go. I live in the beautiful, this actually makes it hard to move, the beautiful city of Longmont, and we have something called NextLight. It is Longmont's fiber internet. It is symmetrical gigabit fiber, is absolutely incredible. It is so much better than the Mint product that we're using right now. No offense to Mint, but I don't think we've noticed the same kind of stutters and buffering. We've got no caps, no lock-ins, no contracts, community-owned, local-friendly service. So true. Shop plans. It's actually affordable. I'm on this, the 1 gig plan. I haven't really been using it because we've been testing Mint out, but we've got super fast, 1,000 megabits per second down. I think I mostly get like 940 down, 940 up, but it's awesome. No data caps, crazy good latency. Oh, superb. And I will say, even the 100 by 100 option for $40 a month is really good. So I've considered downgrading to this a couple times, but I just love uploading a video to YouTube, and it's that 1,000 megabits per second up versus 100 megabits per second up. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. It is so nice. I'm like jazzed to turn this back on. I got to get off the, like, Minternet works, but it's, oh man, I'm so excited. Tomorrow I'll switch back and I'll experience the difference. Vartan, Stetson, any rumors on Dark Star QCI 8? To clarify, we still have Dark Star QCI 8 on US Mobile. QCI 7, I've heard nothing. I do have a test line, which I guess I can brag about. This phone has the line. I have not used it. I should probably use it. I should probably get some other phones with the same modem and go out and test it. I'll see what I can do to make a video. It's the volume of video ideas I have is high. The time I have to create and edit the videos is low. What do you think about the OnePlus? Relentless. I saw the OnePlus. Marquez Brownlee, I thought, had a superb video. It sounds like beast of a processor, beast of a battery, beast of a screen. Like great specs. And then they just like dropped the ball on the camera. They fumbled it. You know, they were going for a touchdown and they had it. They had the football in their hands and then they just butterfingered it and were bobbling it and then they dropped it. For me, the cameras, I love the cameras. Okay? I'm a camera guy. If I'm buying a phone, I want it to have really good cameras. That's kind of why I thought the Pixel would be awesome, is Pixels were kind of known for having great cameras. But I personally feel like this year's Pixels, I think they're better Android phones that take better pictures. So anyway, OnePlus looks awesome, but sadly the cameras kind of make it a non-starter for me. The software also looks great. Hopefully they can improve that though. Ha, Tommy, I'm a decent video editor. What are you offering? Honestly, probably pretty competitive rates. Yeah. Well, you can, Tommy, you have my contact info. Shoot me something if you're interested. Yeah, if anyone else is interested, I should probably make a form to apply or whatever. But yeah, I think that would help with the video production. I don't think Mint would disagree that fiber is better than cellular internet. LOL. Yeah. Noah, man, you are absolutely correct. Fiber is GOAT. Absolutely GOAT. Tommy, look at Sonic Internet. What is this? Tommy, what are you bestowing me with? I will also, not now, sonic.com. Hang on, back. Fiber optic internet. Whoa. Guys, whoa. This is it. America's fastest, most affordable internet. Speeds up to 10 gigabits per second for $50 a month for your first 12 months. I hate that. That is the worst. That is the absolute worst. Transparent pricing. No installation fees, a $200 value. And Nextlight didn't even charge me an installation fee. I guess it was already installed. Monthly rate after intro. They should just start with this. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. 10 gigabits per second. Okay, wait. Let me see for your business. Let's hold. Hang on, it's loading. Shop plans. Explore packages. Where are the other ones? Business. Shop plans. Okay. Home office. Yes. Wow. Dang. All right. So 10 gigs for 60 is actually insane. We can get 10 gigs for $250 a month. I was tempted. Even 2.5 gig for $150, that would be crazy. That'd be crazy. But also, what am I even gonna do? You know, it's kind of like throwing money down the drain. It's nice though. Whoa, Tommy, I actually thought you lived on an island. Tommy says, "Must be nice. I live in an island with no fiber." I think you mean not a literal island, but just like you're in this weird abyss of no fiber land. Every neighborhood around me is fiber, but no fiber for me. Aw, sad face. Edison Swazo, any thoughts on AT&T Prepaid? Yeah, I've got some thoughts. Yep, I've got thoughts. No, I'm kidding. I like to keep my thoughts to myself. No, Edison, you asked a great question, and we will certainly cover that for you. And this one, thankfully, is also pretty easy. So let me pull this up. Shabam. And let's go ahead and reset this. This is obviously another tab I was just using. Actually, we can go here. Perfect. So we'll go ahead. We'll uncheck. Let's actually just reset this. We'll do lines, one line, and we will do annual and then regular price. Should be perfect. Carrier, we're going to want US Mobile again, and this time AT&T Prepaid. Very similar story to Cricket. AT&T Prepaid, they've got some good options. I think US Mobile is going to be a little bit better. Oh, one more thing. We got a good coverage, AT&T. Perfect. And we'll go down. Boom. So, AT&T Prepaid. 25 a month plus tax, 16 gigs high speed, and then unlimited at 1.5. Well, you can just get truly unlimited from US Mobile for 25 a month. Okay, so same price. That said, I believe, AT&T Prepaid is priority. I should probably double check this at this point, but that, I don't think it matters too much, but could be worth taking into consideration. Also, you're getting double the hotspot on US Mobile, 20 gigs versus 10 gigs, and slightly better video streaming. And just different international texting included on both. Calling, I think arguably better on US Mobile because it's more affordable. Roaming in Canada and Mexico, way better on AT&T Prepaid, $15 add-on on US Mobile. And then international, better on US Mobile, not great on AT&T Prepaid. The $30 5 gig plan, this is just not a good plan. Please don't get that for the same, instead of $30, 25 unlimited. You know what I mean? Or you can get, where is it? For this, you can get the same 5 gigs. Granted, it's deprioritized, but for $15 a month, so half the price. And taxes are included. We've got the AT&T Prepaid 8 gig plan. Not a good value. Again, just go with US Mobile. You're getting more data at a better price. AT&T Prepaid 15 gigs for $40. Also not a good option. US Mobile better. Unlimited for $25. It's just so good. It's just so good. Now we're getting into some more plans. We've got unlimited basic, 30 gigs before unlimited 1.5. This is deprioritized. This is also a bad plan. Just get US Mobile unlimited starter, unlimited for $25. AT&T Prepaid unlimited, just get US Mobile unlimited starter, half the price at $25. Same unlimited deprioritized data, 4 times the hotspot at 20 gigs, and better video streaming. AT&T Prepaid unlimited level up, same exact thing we just said. AT&T Prepaid Unlimited Max. This one is actually good in terms of features. The priority data, 25 gigs hotspot, 4K video streaming. But my friends, it's at that $55 price, which means you can get US Mobile Premium Unlimited Dark Star, which is going to give you the same unlimited priority data. It's going to give you, 8 times the hotspot data, going from 25 gigs to 200 gigs, and the same 4K video streaming, as well as way better international features. Again, for under $10 less, or over $10 less per month. So that's a really good value. And same thing with AT&T Unlimited Prepaid Max Plus. It's a packed plan, but at $65 a month, I think you're better off with US Mobile, saving around $20 a month, $240 per year, still getting exceptional features. So, Edison, those are my thoughts on AT&T Prepaid. I would say not necessarily bad, but yeah, I think they're kind of bad. I think US Mobile is substantially better. How about that? That's what I would say. Gut Wall Street, what router are you using? So at this specific moment, I actually have another one in the other room. How crazy is that? It's the T-Mobile 5G home internet gateway that, I'll just grab it. If this messes with the stream, careful, easy does it. Uh-oh, it's plugged in. Oh, it's not going to reach. I could unplug the router. That would cause problems. Well, hang on. We'll just hard pivot. Oop. We're getting there. There it is. It's this. The T-Mobile 5G home internet gateway. This is what's powering it. It's a little toasty, not going to lie. We'll put it back on its windowsill there, covered up. There it is. It's doing its job. Keeping us connected for the most part, except for that one time in the stream where it lagged really hard. But, it's trying its best. For my own actual router that we're going to be hooking up, I'm going to be hooking up tomorrow on the beautiful NextLight fiber service. I'm excited. It is the Unify Express 7 gateway. Is that right? Yeah, that's what it is. I think I can pull that up for you. Yeah. Bam. I have this little guy. Boop. It's so cute and tiny. And it's got a little screen on it. And it says the active bandwidth, Wi-Fi 7, that literally no actual device that would benefit from that uses. But my phones use it. All I don't know. Probably half of them. 15 phones or whatever with Wi-Fi 7. But yeah, it covers the whole place, and it works. And I love, oh my gosh, I love the app, and the analytics. It is glorious. It is glorious. Oh my gosh, Tommy, you have one of those too? Isn't it amazing? It's so cute. It's like the coolest little thing. I am, where'd my mouse go? I was thinking briefly at one point of quote unquote upgrading, possibly getting the, nope, Dream Wall. No, I don't want a Dream Wall. Wi-Fi integrated. I don't want a Wi-Fi integrated. Enterprise scale, all. What was I thinking of getting? I think it's the Cloud Gateway. I could probably get away with the Cloud Gateway Ultra, to be honest with you. And then if I got the Ultra, I would probably pop the Express 7. I could either put it here in my studio, but I don't think the Wi-Fi bubble would be big enough. I'd probably put it downstairs. Something like that. Oh, yeah, I'd Gateway Ultra, and then I would just get one of the Wi-Fi access points. Accessories? I guess I don't really want a cloud gateway. Advanced hosting? Accessories. No. I'd have to find it. Anyway, I would get the Wi-Fi 7 access point. But yeah, no, it's working great. I love it. It's so, if you haven't heard of Ubiquiti, it's the best. Should I try to get a UniFi Express 7? I certainly love it. I don't think it's necessary. You don't need it. If your current system works, by all means, don't buy it. Save some money. But I actively love it, and I think it's amazing. And the usage and analytics you get from this is just so cool, and that's why I bought it. Your Express 7 could double as your access point. Yeah, so Tommy, that's how I'm using it now. So to clarify, my Express 7 is both the gateway and the access point. I would consider getting the, oh, sorry, hang on. I would consider getting the, I think, Cloud Gateway Ultra, turn my Express 7 into a separate access point, put one here, like in the studio. There's actually, behind this cabinet, cleverly hidden, is an Ethernet port that runs into the basement. Not the basement, the garage. What am I saying? But I would put here's the setup. The Cloud Gateway Ultra would create the network, go in the garage. The Express 7 would pop here, make a Wi-Fi bubble. And then I would probably grab one of the Wi-Fi 7 access points. Point Ubiquiti. Yeah, one of these guys, a U7 Pro, and then pop this in the living room downstairs. And then I have 2 access points, epic Wi-Fi 7 coverage, ripping fast speeds absolutely everywhere. But as I said this out loud, I looked at that price, $180 for this, and then what was the other thing I was looking at? $129 for that? Ugh. I don't want to do that. Oh, this is also 1 gigabit per second, and this is 2.5 gigabits per second. So I'd probably want the Cloud Gateway Max. I'm only going to get it once, right? So, anywho, I think that'll be a future me setup because I don't want to spend money on Wi-Fi stuff right now. I want to spend my money on an Apple Watch Ultra 3. Not going to lie. Tommy bringing up a very good point. You could get a second Express 7, use them as a mesh system. I'll have to think about that. I will have to think about that. Ubiquiti has flashy features, but not always useful. I'll stick to my OpenSense. I use their APs, though. Yeah, no, great call. It definitely depends on what your needs are. I am probably an, what would I say? Like an optimistically a prosumer. Like I like having some of the features, but I truthfully don't really use them. And it's just pretty seeing the data usage analytics, and I love that. Yeah. Premia, I think the phone plans that have the new devices are scams since there are $1,000 phones, not comparing the thousands building from the expensive plans of phone upgrades thoughts. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, if you do the math out, which is exactly what I do here on the podcast, on the stream, if you have an affordable plan, hang on, let me see if I can actually show this. I did this out. Oh man. I was going to say I can pull up the keynote presentation, and someone not going to name any names, someone, Stetson, did not attach the external hard drive that has the keynote presentation on it to the computer. So sadly, we will be limited to pulling up an existing video. But I finally, hang on one second. All right, that version of me is going to start talking. We don't want that. Cheapest way to get an iPhone 17 Pro Max. And bam, and there we go. Here we go. Guys, we got it. We have got it. I'm just looking at me in the video, and me right now, my hair looks way better in the video. So shout out to me in the video. So I did this crazy cool video on the cheapest way to get an iPhone 17 Pro Max. And I did a bunch of math out, and perfect. Here's a great snapshot. So I did it upgrading every 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years for 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines, and 5 lines. It was a lot of information. The video itself is like 20 minutes, but to cut to the chase, 1 line upgrading every 1 year. I mean, you can see right now, going with an affordable prepaid plan, like trading your device directly into Apple and going with any cell phone plan, $25 or less per month. Like Visible is a great option. US Mobile is a great option. It ends up being the most affordable plan by $200 per year, right? Like that's pretty significant. And if you upgrade every, let's do every, yeah, 1 second. Well, we missed it, but it was every, let me see if I can pause on it. Every 2 years, 3 years, and 4 years. Yeah, 2 years, 3 years. Oh, I think I actually highlighted in a moment. Here it is. Well, this is the frame I wanted. If you upgrade every 3 years, which is more common, it's also more affordable. And you can see, like, even if you do the $1,000 off AT&T promo, right? $885 versus $806 or $566 per line per year. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. So this is what I do, right? I'm on US Mobile's $25 plan. I upgrade every year through Apple. Well, I guess this is every 3 years, but for those of you watching. And then, yeah, even Verizon, Unlimited Welcome. Even the plans with less trading credit aren't worth it. You just save so much. You save so much. That's my goal, so just help people realize that. Sad trombone, yeah. OpenSense is a masterclass in custom routing. I respect it. I'm sure you can do absolutely incredible things. Gregory R., have you switched from Monday to Tuesday? Gregory, it turns out I have not. I was traveling yesterday. Wait. If you're watching this, then you're yesterday. It makes more sense for yesterday to be over there. I was traveling yesterday, and I simply was not able to do a live stream. I was driving home from the airport during my normal live stream hours, and it wasn't happening. So I pivoted this week's stream to Tuesday. We'll be back on Monday next week. And I'm thinking of doing a bonus live stream on Friday next week for all the Black Friday deals. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. Actually, that's a cool poll. I'll put a poll up, and you can let me know. I don't know if you guys are into like Black Friday shopping, if you go out or anything. Usually I go online. I order one thing every year. I'd actually be curious if you can guess what I order every year on Black Friday. But in the meantime, would you like a Black Friday live stream? And 2 options, yes, no, start poll, perfect. So you can vote on that. Curious what you guys think. But I will be here and could make that happen. Vertebur. Do you like Tuesday better? Oh, look, I hear what you're saying. I cannot do Tuesday. And I can't do Tuesday because everything incredible happens on Tuesday. There is Taco Tuesday, Trivia Tuesday, and most importantly for me, Regal Cinema has its value day on Tuesday. That means tickets for movies are 50% off. Instead of $20 for a ticket, it's like $10 for a ticket. It is incredible. I love it so much. In fact, I'm going to be taking advantage of it next Tuesday and watching Now You See Me 3 in theaters on the big screen. It's going to be awesome, and it'll be like $10. So that is why I don't do Tuesdays. BJ, yeah, I was looking heavily at Euro. Like, Euro was in the shopping cart, about to click order, and I decided not to. Yeah. Oh, Cellcom, I'm so sorry I missed your comment. Let me go back and get this. So we talked about Russ, we got you. Loyal to Houston, we got you. Eddie, we got you. Tommy, we got you. Jace the Nerd. JC, I actually missed this one, so I apologize for that. Speaking of fumble, what NFL team is your favorite? I candidly do not follow the NFL that closely. I hail from New England, so I know. Oh man, I can feel the comments, guys. Pull yourself together. I was gonna say the Patriots, but whoa, guys, whoa, they're not that bad. Okay, yeah, they're pretty annoying. Not gonna lie, especially when Tom Brady was there, the glory days. Yeah, I would say coming from New England, probably the Patriots. I guess I'm in Colorado now, and we have the Broncos, so I should probably root for the Broncos, and I guess I do, but I don't really follow NFL that closely at all, to be honest. I follow the telecom space way more closely. So if I were to pick, I'd say the Patriots, and then probably the Broncos. Yeah, that's what I would say. Or, whatever team needs to be the favorite in the moment. VJ, get 10 gig host and host a speed test server. That would be cool. I don't think I want to spend $249 a month or $3,000 per year on that project, though. I appreciate the idea, and thank you so much for the generosity. Maybe I can put the $2 towards that project. Okay, LG, we just got to yours. So am I missing a comment from Cellcom? If I am, I sincerely apologize. It did not appear to show up for me on the back end here. So I would just, I would say comment it again. Scott, how did your speech go? Scott, thank you so much for asking. Yeah, so it turns out I was in New York this past week speaking on a panel at this company called Back Market, and actually really cool company. So I can kind of pull them up. They offer gently used and refurbished tech, very similar to Swappa, except instead of sellers, you kind of see, like, they kind of do their own thing. So let's pick up the iPhone 15 Pro. I'm kind of curious. iPhone 15 Pro unlocked, and pretty nice setup. $542, free delivery. You can do buy now, pay later with Affirm, which is really nice. You can do a trade-in with them, which is also really nice. So you don't have to do, like on Swappa, you have to sell your own thing, ship it. This is, you get an offer, add an item to your cart, ship your trade-in, and you get your money. 30-day returns, which is super nice. And you're getting a 1-year warranty. That includes defects. Ship it back to the seller for a fee, and you can get a repair or replacement on us. That's pretty nice. That is just for a defect, though. So if there's some sort of technical defect, that'll be covered. And then you have different options. So you can do fair. You can do good. That's actually crazy. Why is fair more expensive than good? Excellent. And then premium. And for those curious, premium is like someone bought it, opened the box, and then returned it. Like basically brand new. Excellent, I think should be really good. Almost no signs of use. Battery for daily use, verified parts. Yeah. Screen flawless. What does good say? It'll probably have some scratches. Screen is still flawless and verified parts. So I wonder if they're refurbishing it. Refurbished have restored devices to high quality based on 25-point inspection. Compare conditions. So without premium, it's got tested parts. Interesting. I feel like it should have Apple genuine parts. And the only reason I say that is it might not matter in most circumstances, but sometimes if you go to an Apple store and you want to have them do a repair for whatever reason, if there's a third-party part in there, sometimes they will not do the repair. But either way, tested, might have wear, totally fine, and then standard battery, minimum 80% capacity. So interesting to hear that. And I could probably test this out, right? Like they're interested in kind of partnering, but I could potentially order a fair, a good, an excellent, and kind of in a premium, compare them. Then I'd have 4 iPhones. What do I do with those? Oh gosh. Anyway, the talk went well. It was a cool discussion, really cool panel. I don't know if video is out live of it yet, but was just talking. It was me, it was Ahmed, the CEO of USM Mobile, Dennis, the CEO of Gigs, and then Gigi, who is sort of in the political landscape, fighting and advocating for consumers, so it was a really cool conversation. And New York is awesome. It is crazy though, absolutely chaotic and crazy. Yeah, people are like, hey, this is awesome. I have a free phone, but it's not free because they end up paying like $50 more per month for their plan. Yeah. Doxinator 14, you get it. You understand it. That is the trap we were trying to help people avoid here on this channel. Doing the math out, seeing what is actually more affordable. You have way more than 4 iPhones. That is true. That is true. I've got like 5 or 6 sitting right here on my desk. I don't need more. That's my point. I don't need more than 4 iPhones. Remy D, yeah, I'm seriously considering dumping my T-Mobile Go 5G Plus for US Mobile. All 3 of my phones can be upgraded with trade-ins on Go 5G Plus, but I really want to try an MVNO. Hey, Remy, US Mobile is a great MVNO to try out. You'll get the same coverage. It'll be deprioritized data on T-Mobile, but I don't think... Be curious if you notice a difference. And the plans, man, they're so much more affordable. VJ is saying I order used phones from Amazon. That's another good strat. How did I just get a Mint Mobile ad watching your stream? Do they know it's on Minternet? I mean, the ad I have is this coverage map banner for my own app. It's free. It's a coverage map app. I think you'll really like it. Consider checking it out. Oh, I've seen some people know back market. BJ is saying back market is amazing because they are not sketchy and offer verified products. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, Voodoo 1013. That's so funny. I was from this town near Concord, Massachusetts. So actually not that far from noon, I don't think. I can do the $60 a month for Sonic. I don't know if I get it though. I haven't put my address in yet. Taylor, free phones are a scam. Just keep you locked in for 2 to 3 years. Taylor, you are saying it. You're exactly right. It's that financing agreement. That's how they get you. That is how they get you. Curious question. Do all these phones strain your home internet? Musty, great question. Thankfully, they do not. Mostly because I am not using them all at the same time. I could, in theory, run speed tests on all... I think the last count was like 30. I could run speed tests on all 30 phones, and it would probably crush the poor gateway. So it's an option. It is an option. Lewis, does US Mobile sponsor you to push them so hard over any other company? No, I'm not sponsored by US Mobile. I am part of their affiliate program. And Lewis, what that means is if you or anyone else watching chooses to sign up for US Mobile using one of the links in this video description or via the Best Phone Plan site, let me pull that up, via a link on the site, then I will earn commission on that activation. And that's my agreement with a bunch of the carriers. So they're not paying me to sponsor them or promote them, but I do earn commission if people choose to sign up for their product. Now, I know it feels like I push US Mobile really hard. Couple reasons for that. Number one, I'm a paying customer. I really like the product. I think it's a great experience. Number two, candidly, I don't think there are better options on the AT&T network, right? And you're welcome to compare all the plans yourself, right? So this plan filters. This has all the plans. It doesn't filter anything out unless you click top picks. Then it's going to filter out anything that I think is bad. But you can go to like coverage, AT&T, data unlimited, and truthfully just compare everything for yourself. So that's past the sponsored section, and you get to all the different options. And I have updated the Red Pocket plans to now show the 50 gigs of data. And yeah, I mean, the reason I pushed US Mobile is if you look at these other options, like do you want to spend $28 a month for 50 gigs, or do you want to spend $25 a month for unlimited with Hotspot? And this is like nothing is filtered out right now. Like these are all the plans. It's just I feel like it's a really good value, and I'm trying to help you guys get the best value, save the most amount of money possible, and that's how come I recommend them. I really believe they're a great value on AT&T. If you're looking at other networks, that's where I'm looking at Mint, that's where I'm looking at Visible, and those kinds of options. But yeah, I hope that's kind of why. And you can see, like, look, $25 annual plan, 20 gigs high speed, no hotspot, right? Like, there's a lot of other options out there. It's just what's the best for you. So I hope that's helpful. And if you do choose to sign up with a carrier using my link at no cost to you, I certainly appreciate it, and it does help support my channel, keep the best phone plan site running. And actually, I'm hesitant to say anything, but I am working right now on rebuilding the Best Phone Plans website to make the compare plans experience significantly faster, improve loading times across the board, make a better experience. And I think we're even going to try and make it so you can not only see prices with a financed iPhone 17, but make it so you can select what your current device is, select what device you want to upgrade to, and then see the net cost and just compare everything. So it's a work in progress, hopefully by the end of this year, but that is an active project. Anyway, that is what I'll be working on and what we are working on. And so that helps support. And oh my gosh, yes. X1 M35i, thank you so much, helping with the project. Omar, I see your question. We got a super chat coming in, so let's go ahead and answer that. Also, Tommy Shields, anybody else know a Stetson Cam? The Stetson Cam get choppy for a second. What if I just lag? If I just started doing that, would you be able to tell? Gabriel, does Mint Mobile allow a lot of speed testing? I have certainly speed tested quite a bit on Mint and not had problems. All right, we did have a super chat coming in from TJ. TJ, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Also, love the Wicked profile picture. I think we're getting Wicked Part 2 this year, right? Like, I'm excited for that. Love movies, love the cinema, so very excited to see that. I have two fun/random questions. Do you still carry a regular wallet, or do you use Apple Pay everywhere? Also, would you ever live in New York City? TJ, I love those fun questions. Answer number one. Whoopsh. Yes, I do still carry a wallet. Why do I carry a wallet? I guess I don't need it anymore. My driver's license, Colorado supports on-phone driver's license. I have an Apple HomeKit-enabled smart lock for my door, so I can literally lock and unlock my front door with both my Apple Watch and my iPhone. And I'm lucky enough to drive a Tesla, at least I really like it, and that uses my phone as my car key. So this is my car key. I use Apple Pay, so it is my credit and debit card. It is my home key, and it has my driver's license, and pretty soon my passport. So I guess, yeah, why do I even have it? No, I do carry it around. I guess for comfort. Oh no, the camera. Guys, I would like to introduce you to the Logitech camera when it is not following the, look at this. The white balance is off. The exposure is off. Horrendous. Wait for it. Click. Fixed. Look at that. Night and day. That is what custom white balance and exposure can do. Classic Logitech. Anyway, maybe just for the comfort. And then if I need my like my business credit cards or whatnot, I guess I shouldn't show my driver's license, but if I need to pay with a business credit card, I have that. I guess that's also on my phone. I've got like, I don't know, $3 in here. Wait, guys, I'm not even kidding. It is literally $3 US. That is what I carry in my wallet. I carry it around, maybe just for fun. Would I ever live in New York City? Candidly, probably not. I've heard it's very hot and smelly in the summer. I did absolutely love taking the train everywhere. That was so much fun. It was so easy. You just double click your phone, you pay with Apple Pay, you get on, you get off. That was glorious. I also loved Washington, D.C. That is another really fun city to live in with the public transit. I don't think I could live in New York City. I love Colorado. I love how sunny and beautiful it is here. I love driving the 2 to 3 hours on I-70 to go skiing. Not the driving part, but the skiing part. And the accessibility to the hiking and the views. It's really incredible here. Maybe I'd consider California. I've heard good things about San Diego. I've never been. Would be curious to try that out. But in terms of city, yeah, maybe I feel like it's the opposite, but almost Seattle. I haven't tried it though. Or maybe Chicago. I don't know what other good cities to live in. X1 M35i, thank you so much for your generosity and support. What do you think of Verizon layoffs? They're laying off 15% of workforce, and Verizon stores will be closing or turning into franchises. Yeah. I was listening to Roger Ettner's Recon Analytics podcast. Let me see. Can I pull this up? Can I show you? This is a great, if you guys like telecom, you will love this podcast. Boom. Oh, yeah. Here we go. And let me go to the screen share. Bam. So it's the week with Roger. This is his site, Recon Analytics. And awesome episodes. This week's Verizon's cost-cutting drive, a difficult step to ignite growth in 2026. Fantastic listen. I'll actually just go ahead and throw this in the chat right now if you want to go ahead and check it out. And I do have the, hang on one second. Boom. I do have the Apple Podcasts link as well. If you are more of an Apple Podcasts person, I candidly do not love Apple Podcasts, but it syncs between all my devices, and so I will tolerate it. Anyway, yeah, great episode, really interesting thoughts, and to, I guess, kind of say, like, or reiterate some stuff that Roger emphasized on his podcast. You know, if you're Verizon and you're trying to improve your performance, improve your stock price, you have a couple different options. And they said they weren't going to, like, you can adjust your dividend. Verizon said they were not going to adjust their dividend. You can get a lot more customers. Going to be very hard. The promos are pretty much locked in at this point, so that's probably not going to happen. You can make more money off of your existing customer base. Verizon has already tried that and lost a lot of customers, gained unfavorable sentiment, I would say, from the general consumer demographic. People seeing their bills increase. People don't like that. And the fourth option is to lay off people. And unfortunately, that is the process of elimination. That is what Verizon has chosen to do. They are laying off their workforce, cutting back their expenses, and that will help boost sort of the company's profitability, and that could potentially have some positive impact on the stock price. So it is unfortunate. I feel badly for all the people who are getting laid off. It's always sad and unfortunate, and we don't want that. Oftentimes it is a business decision, and we'll see how it pans out for Verizon. What's really interesting to me is that second part of the question, the Verizon stores turning into franchises. What Roger and Don talk about in their podcast episode is that historically, carrier-owned stores have performed better than franchise stores. And what do I mean when I say better? I mean, customers have a better experience. Stores, the carrier-owned stores typically have a higher stickiness, more activations, more add-ons. So when customers go to a carrier-owned store, they're more likely to purchase add-ons, device protection plans, purchase accessories, things such as that. So historically, carrier-owned stores have performed better. So why would Verizon be closing their stores or turning them into franchises? Well, I have no idea. I mean, unless something drastic has changed, this is what Roger was saying in the podcast, or maybe it was Don, like, unless something drastic has changed, this seems like a very questionable move. And I don't think anything drastic has changed from the third-party stores. So, yeah. My latest idea is, like, what if, this is going to sound absolutely wild, what if Verizon stopped selling service directly, cut all costs, cut out the high customer acquisition cost, cut out the stores and managing employees and the sales force, cut out all of that, and just became more of an infrastructure. They focused on building towers, building a network, and letting all of the prepaid brands and MVNOs actually sell the service. It'd be wildly different. But anyway, those are some thoughts, X1 M35i, on Verizon layoffs and them turning their stores into franchises. It looks like they're shaking things up quite a bit, is what I'll say. Omar, hey Stetson. Oh yeah, you had some great questions, Omar. I was like, I'm gonna get back to you, and then completely forgot. So thank you for re-commenting that. Have you tried the new US mobile device protection plan, and do you have any experience using ACO? Yes. So it turns out I did sign up. I don't think I can show it on screen because I think it shows my phone number. Let me actually check this. Your items, no serial number. Huh. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess I can show you this. It looks like it doesn't show my phone number on the screens that I'm tapping, so I won't tap too aggressively. But I did get it. This is it. This is my ACO account. It says your items. Not that you can see that because of my awesome Logitech webcam. I also have the night shift on. Let me turn that off, and I'll drop the brightness down. Boom. Your items. One item. And then if I go to my items, you can see my, just triple checking here. Yeah. My iPhone 17 Pro. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Horrible. Anyway, that's it. I got it. I paid the $36 for the year. You have to verify it. So take that front and back photo. And this is kind of what that looks like. I was just, I think it's fine to show that. Holding the phone against the mirror. And so you're getting that reflection and capturing that picture, uploading it. Someone is looking at it, verifying it. And yeah, it seemed to work pretty well. Basically the same coverage as AppleCare, but it was the $36 for the first year versus $14 a month. And I thought, that sounds pretty good to me. And now I can rock, almost like dropped it there, can rock the phone without a case. And I'm covered if it gets damaged or if I lose it or if it gets stolen or anything. So that's pretty cool. It's like nice having that peace of mind. Although I've said before, not necessarily sure device insurance is worth it. And we've already determined 60% of you watching this don't have device insurance. You're probably saving a whole lot of money, and I definitely respect that. And have I used ACO before? I have not, but I really liked the experience. And I met, funny enough, the founder of ACO while I was in New York City. So really cool talking to him. And might honestly consider having him on the podcast if you guys are interested in just hearing the story behind it and what his thoughts are. But yeah. Sunkissed. Stetson, you are the ChatGPT of cell phone plans. I appreciate that. I have built a ChatGPT for cell phone plans. It's kind of mediocre, to be honest, but we do have it. And for those of you who have not tried it, it's on the Best Phone Plan site. Chat with Phone Plan AI right here. Bam. And this is it. Once it loads, we'll give it a minute. We'll give it a beat. It's a little bit slow. The whole website is slow. Here, Phone Plan AI. And you can say, like, chat whatever you want. So I need one line on the data with Hotspot. Let's see what it says. It might ask some questions. International calls, never. Wait, hang on. I didn't. Never. Let's see what else it got. International texts, never. Never. I don't go to Canada and Mexico. I never leave the United States. This part is kind of annoying, which is why it's let's do any network, which is why I think there's room to improve. Just pop in, get some recommendations, and then maybe ask follow-up questions to clarify stuff. Did it just not generate the plans? Oh, there it is. Bam. One line, unlimited data, and included hotspot. So it pulled up these most affordable options. I think we're using like 30 gigs as this counts as unlimited cutoff, and so that's why MobileX is here. But yeah, overall, these are the most affordable options. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I prefer the plans view myself. Oh yeah. Dat boy quick, you can show us your phone number. We don't mind. I mind. I appreciate all the people who text the test numbers I have saying that I leaked them. Because yeah, no, I get enough text as it is. Mussy, did you choose the new speed test coverage map icon? I was surprised to see the colorful bunny as the icon. Yes. Funny enough, if you noticed, we can talk about this. The speed test by coverage map. Let me see if I can find that. Perfect. The I'll just search coverage map. I think that is how it comes up. Yeah, the Speed Test by Coverage Map app has a new icon, and it is a colorful bunny running very fast. And it turns out we had to switch the icon because there's another company that has trademarked using a speedometer for a speed test app. So it turns out we were not allowed to do that. And because of that, we have switched to using a colorful bunny. And that is how come we are a bunny now instead of a speedometer. So that's the story behind it. And I'll leave it at that. But I think it's nice. It stands out. And I appreciate all of you who have given it 5-star ratings. If you guys are curious, I'll share it in the chat. If you want a nice, colorful bunny on your home screen, I think it's very cute. And yeah, test it out. It's completely free. You can run some tests, measure your internet connection, and contribute to our crowdsourced map of cell coverage, which is pretty cool, I think. So, yeah, that's the story. Saideep Dash, Stetson, what phone plan are you using for your personal phone? Yeah, this is a great question. I get it quite a bit. I should probably put it somewhere. And you guys are not gonna like it, but it's our friends US Mobile. So my personal number and personal line is on the, drumroll please, US Mobile. I guess it's kind of hard. I'm on the monthly unlimited starter plan on the Warp network on Verizon. So that would be plans. US Mobile Unlimited Starter Warp. That'd be this guy. I actually signed up when this was 35 gigs and then promptly forgot that it was doubled to 70 gigs and have so much data, I don't even know what to do with myself. So that's what I'd say. Justin, same question. What phone plan do you personally use on a daily basis? This is it, the US Mobile plan. I have been testing out the MobileX plan, and so that's been my data line recently, and I've been testing that out. It's been interesting. I kind of like it, and I also think they have room to improve, and I'll certainly be covering all of that in my full review. But this is my usage right now, 0.98 gigabytes to go, and you can see my usage trend over time. So I've been using it, for the past couple of days, and that's what that looks like. So yeah, I should probably make a video pretty soon because I've tested it out for like 3 months now. Brian S. Hi, Stetson. Do you know if MVNO carriers like US Mobile Dark Star have access to the same frequencies bands as their parent postpaid carriers? QCI, yes, but wondering if coverage is the same. Brian, yeah. So it turns out coverage is the same between MVNOs and MNOs, except for the domestic roaming agreements. So what do I mean by that? There are some areas where the big carriers don't have native coverage, and they negotiate roaming agreements on carriers that do offer service in those areas. And I think a great example, let me pull this up. I wrote an article about this a while ago. It's an okay article, I think, but it'll give us the gist here. So domestic roaming, it's where your phone uses a partner network in areas where the main carrier doesn't have service. An example that I chose for this article was in Vermont. You can see T-Mobile has partner coverage, and that's because T-Mobile does not offer native coverage in these areas. And so instead, they are relying on AT&T for coverage in those areas. Now, sometimes MVNOs do get access to the partner coverage. And a great example of this is, let me go ahead and pull up visible coverage map. Visible, if you zoom in on their map, let me center this for you, and you zoom in, you can see these sort of violets or purplish areas here. That is denoted as the extended network. Well, it turns out these are areas with roaming. And in those areas, I think Visible actually gets identical coverage as the Verizon network. But maybe not all Verizon MVNOs get this, or maybe not all AT&T MVNOs, for example, would get access to the roaming agreements. But basically, these are areas where Verizon is partnering with other carriers to offer service. And again, sometimes the main carrier will get those, and the smaller carriers will not. Here's another one up in Utah. But it really just depends. And here's one in Idaho. It depends carrier to carrier. Unfortunately, it's a little tricky to tell. One thing I will say, so if you go to coveragemap.com and you click launch map, or actually if you go, launch map is really nice. And you go to the signal strength map. So signal strength is showing the native coverage footprints. So we were just looking at the Verizon network, and you can see if we zoom in Kentucky, the native network, which is what we're looking at now, has a massive gap where that partner network was. And so the one thing I can say for certain is if you're on coveragemap.com, you will see the native coverage footprints, and the native coverage footprints will be identical between the prepaid carriers, the MVNOs, and the postpaid carriers. And so if you get coverage on this map, you'll get coverage on both the MNOs and the MVNOs. So I hope that helps answer your question. They have access to the same antenna bands. It's just the roaming agreements might be a little different. All right, we had another super chat come in. We answered Omar's one, the Doxinator 14. How many tabs do you have open right now? And is it always that many? Can you see the tabs on the screen share? The answer is yes. I consistently I'll have like multiple windows with 50 tabs open constantly. I actually went through. I closed tabs on my iPhone today. You know how many tabs I had open on my iPhone before I closed them all? 253. 253 tabs. Insane. I am just like, I got a computer with 64 gigs of RAM, and let me tell you, I like to put that to the test. I think we can find out. Hang on, let's find out right now. Oh yeah. I like feeling like I'm using this thing. So if I go over here, pop this out, and we do window. So this is an app called Activity Monitor on Mac. Bam. And it shows you what is using all of your memory. And let me, hang on, Doxinator, hide your comment for a second. And you can see I'm using 44 gigs of memory, and I paid for 64. So I like using all my memory. I put it to use. I let Chrome eats memory for breakfast. I think we all know that. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It needs to be well fed. It needs to be cared for. And yeah, I use it quite a bit. So if anything, I'll have more windows open with an equal number of tabs. Anytime I want something, I am more likely to open a new tab for it. And you've probably seen this in the live stream. I am more likely to open a new tab and go to that thing than I am to try and find the existing tab that has it. So Doxinator, I hope that answers your question. Justin, Helium Mobile Unlimited has a promo that is $15 a month for Unlimited. Is that good? It is good, and I think the Mint Mobile one is a little bit better. So let's pull this up because this is actually a great point. So let's go ahead, share screen, window, bam, bam, share, add to stage. Guess what we're going to do, everybody? Get excited. New tab. Helium Mobile, they're doing their Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. And wow, interesting promo code. Best sale yet. Basically, 3 plans, CR plans. Are they going to show the promo codes or the discount or no? 0 Air. Here we go. So you can get Helium Mobile Air, $750 a month for 4 months. That's actually a really, really good value. 10 gigs of data for $750 a month. Excuse me, awesome value. Infinity, they're doing $15 a month for 4 months. It's a good value, but you will notice you're only getting 36 gigabytes of high-speed data, okay, for $15 a month. Where is that? $15 a month. You can get, with Mint Mobile, truly unlimited data for the same $15 a month. Granted, I guess it's not the same. It's $180 up front, but you're getting truly unlimited. You're getting the 10 gigs of hotspot. I love what Helium is doing, and I also think Mint Mobile is a better value, and I'd probably sign up for that instead. Dat Boy Quick, Firefox. Musty, do you use Safari on iPhone or something else? I'm a Safari on iPhone guy, Chrome on Mac guy. A lot of other browsers are nice, but I have so many Chrome profiles that I feel like it's just easier to switch between them. Like going to Google Drive on Safari and having to click your profile picture and then switch to the right account every time is just so annoying. So that's what I would say. Brave browser is GOAT. I used to use Brave. They have their basic attention token. Do you guys remember that? Yeah. Ancient Sumerian, you have a referral code for US Mobile, Stetson? I guess I technically do have a referral code, but I don't think I'm allowed to give it out because I'm part of the affiliate program. Stetson, have you been watching Welcome to Derry? Vartan, I have not. I'm really excited to watch Pluribus. I might try and sneak that in tomorrow. I've heard really good things about it and saw a lot of ads for it in New York. Imagine paying $7.50 for air. That's funny. No one, man. Stetson, you have, excuse me. Stetson, so many international eSIM companies. Which one is best? Maybe a comparison video at some point. Yeah. No one, man. That is a superb idea. There are some. It's actually becoming crowded at this point. It was nice when there were like 2 or 3, and now there's like 50. I mean, you go to, I almost want to make a website like this as well, but you go to esimdb.com and you go, let's just say, where do you guys want to go? Canada, Thailand, Japan, United Kingdom, Italy? Should we go to Italy? Let's go to Italy. We've got, oh, wait, hang on. Hold up, hold the phone. I'm like, why does this look so different? It's because we were getting the mobile view. That's actually really interesting from a web design perspective to see how they kind of split that out. Interesting. I'm taking notes. Mental notes have been taken. Anyway, we've got Link eSIM, NextSIM, eSIM.dog. That could be almost me. Micro eSIM, Texter eSIM, Yoho Mobile, Global eSIM, Always Mobile, MobileX, Air Data Link, Billion Connect, iRoamly, Roamify, a Best Day SIM. Like so many. And this is apparently not even including Airalo, right? And Airalo's, of course, international eSIMs for travel. Oh, they actually just updated their website. That's kind of cool. I like it when companies update their website. Where else are we going? Turkey, Indonesia. Where were we? We were just in Italy. Let's go to Italy. Bam. We got Airalo. They have a bunch of options. Wow, that's crazy. 20 million people. Wow. Yeah. No one, man. I think you're absolutely right. That deserves some attention. I'm add it to my video queue. I feel like I got to do home internet. We got to finish the cellular modem comparison video. There's a lot. A video per day. Got to get on it. Got to get on it. Oh, Stranger Things. Did I see that? Yes, Sunkiss. Stranger Things season 5 is coming soon. You're absolutely right. I'm so excited. I do want to rewatch all of Stranger Things. It's tricky. How do you weigh like watching TV versus doing work? Oh, there's so much to do. It's all exciting though. Sunkiss, team no sleep. No, I am team sleep. I'm all about getting 8 to 9 hours every night. I'm big into that. Brandon D. Stetson, hope all is well. Brandon, thank you so much. I hope you're doing well, my friend. So I'd love your thoughts on MobileX Gold. If you already have spoken about it, I'll just go back and watch the video on demand. I have not spoken about it. We have talked about MobileX though. And, you know, Peter isn't going to like to hear me say this, but candidly, I think when it comes down to looking at the pricing of MobileX and the Gold offer. So what is Gold? Gold gives you priority data on MobileX, which is awesome. And I love that MobileX is saving people money. They're doing a great job of that. Their plans are really affordable. They just launched their multi-month options, which bring the prices down even more, which is great. And after a certain point of usage, I hate to say it, but I think it makes sense to just go with a plan from a different carrier, a flanker carrier. This probably hurts Peter's soul, but the truth is, our friends over at Visible, they're crushing it. They're crushing it. If you want priority data, you know, I would consider going with Visible Plus. $26 a month, unlimited high-speed priority data, unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second. That's hard to beat. That's almost impossible to beat. You know, how does MobileX stack up against that? I'm actually trying to see, like, I wish we could get some pricing here. Look, if you're a lighter user, the 10 gig plan could be a superb value, superb option to consider. This is with the annual price, so it's coming out to $11.90 per month. But that is, of course, not with the Gold Network. Monthly plan in our Gold Network for an additional $5. So you're looking at $16.90 a month, I guess. It adds up. It's expensive. It's expensive. That's what I'll say. For some use cases, it's quite good. But after a certain amount, it adds up. Purchase additional data. Hang on. I do not see a way to switch to an unlimited plan at the moment with my extremely limited perusing of the mobile application. Oh, here we go. Guys, we got it. I'll show it on the stream. I'm not sure this is the best way to illustrate this, both for me and MobileX. So first of all, it'd be wonderful if this was on the website. Second, it'd be wonderful if my Logitech camera decided to focus. You can do it, Logitech. You can do it. Oh my God, it did it. Wow. Nobody breathe. Nobody breathe. So you can see unlimited. And if we do priority access. Whoa, that's a big pop-up. Okay. I didn't read it. But it is now $5 extra, $15.90 per month. So we were correct. And I think this is with the 12-month option. Am I right on that? It actually seems to be, they're saying as low as, change access, hang on. Let me see what this is. Okay, yeah, here. We'll go back. We'll do priority. So we have priority selected. And if we go here and we do starts December 3rd, that basically means I have until December 3rd to try and make my review video before my service automatically renews. You can see that you can do monthly $19.88, or if we do 3 months, 5%, 6 months, 10%, 12 months, 20%. So it's nice that they have that, but yeah, I mean, $20 a month. I mean, it's not necessarily bad. What is it after taxes and fees? Let's calculate a checkout. Let me make sure it doesn't. You know, sometimes it likes to show your billing address. Perfect, it doesn't. $22 and, come on, focus. Focus, $22.24. So, look, not necessarily a bad value for 10 gigs of priority data on Verizon. At the same time, you have Visible. And it's like, well, for a couple bucks extra a month, you can go from 10 gigs to truly unlimited. What is that? Literally $4 extra. That, granted, that is with a promotion. But yeah, it's nice to have the flexibility. Gosh darn, is it competitive. Doxinator 14, GG to your Logitech webcam that finally managed to focus for a couple of seconds. Yeah, I don't know. It pulled it off. Props to it. Round of applause. I feel like I should upgrade it to a Sony camera Tommy, it was my fault. I breathed. Yeah, Tommy, I said nobody breathe, you know? One little exhale across the continent, that'll throw it off. Yeah, Kyle, dang it, Tommy. Lag spike. T-Mobile home internet. Minternet stuttering. Next week we're gonna be back on fiber. It'll be so sweet. The poll is almost unanimous. Yes, 95%. The next question is, when should I do it? Do I do like an epic 8-hour stream? Is that the day? Do I just nerf my Black Friday? I like, what if I want to make an actual video on Black Friday? Oh yeah, did everyone guess what Stetson buys every Black Friday? I bet it's another iPhone. Sun-kissed. I like that guess. The answer, boom, it's these. I buy socks. Every Black Friday, I'm like, I need socks. I'm always going to need socks. I'm going to go through socks. Socks are on sale now versus the rest of the year, so I might as well buy socks. So every Black Friday, I typically buy socks, and I like it, and it works. That's the niche thing that I buy every Black Friday. Yeah. Tommy, speaking the words, darn tough socks are the best socks. I hate to admit it. I cheaped out. I got Amazon socks for my current socks. I just needed something affordable, you know? And I was like, this is it. Darn tough, incredible. They last a long time, and I respect it. Sun-kissed, nice and practical. Yep. Stetson, did you get the Barat one-piece iPhone pocket sock case? Vartan, I avoided that thing like the black plague. I was like, no, thank you. That is not for me. I mean, it was a statement, all right? It was a statement. I need my socks for my feet. And is the Barat one-piece iPhone pocket sock case for my feet? No, sir. It's for the phone. It's not a good foot sock. I'm all about foot socks over here. Remy D, socks always misbehave. They never show up at the same time. Yeah, it's crazy. Second best are Timberland Pro all-weather socks. Those are pretty good. I've dabbled with some Bomba socks, and I like the company. Good story. I feel like the socks don't last that long for me. You know? That's what I would say. The iPhone sock costs more than a pair of plain white Balenciaga socks. You're actually right. Yo, Kazi in the chat, dropping by. How's it going, Kazi? For those of you who made it this far in the stream, please consider clicking the like button if you enjoyed it. Musty win from cell phones to socks, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's on me. I mean, that's my Black Friday. Are you guys looking for anything this Black Friday? I'm curious. What are you shopping for? I'll also end the poll. I'll end it. Curious when I should start that, though. Maybe I should do a starting time. When should I start the live stream? And that's a comment. So let me cancel that out, get a poll going. Let me see. When do I want to start it? Start at like 5 like usual. I could do that. I guess people have work on Black Friday, right? I'll do, I guess technically it's 8 p.m. We'll do Eastern time. So let me put that in all caps. Eastern time. And let me spell Eastern correctly. Nope. And we'll do 7 p.m. ET, 8 p.m. Well, it's only going to get earlier. I would not do later. So we will do maybe 5 p.m. ET, 6 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. ET, or the usual 8 p.m. ET, and I'll do usual time so you guys know. Boom, start poll. You're lucky. You're here. You get to vote. Mussy. 24-hour Black Friday stream with Stranger Things in the background. Sunkiss. That'd be incredible. I guess do I haul my TV up here? I could move the entire streaming setup downstairs. Or I just get, what was that, Logitech? I get another monitor of some sorts. I guess technically here, you can see my other, look at this, disaster zone. So I usually film, wow, this is quite the angle, ladies and gentlemen. I usually film at this desk. I'm going through a desk setup experimentation. Look, this desk, it is great for filming A-roll. I mount the camera here, and then I film, and you see that background, right? You get the plant and you get this in the background. It looks great. The thing I dislike about working here, which is why we're now here, is because it faces the wall and the windows are behind it. So the monitor gets some pretty bright glare if I open the windows. So I pivoted. I'm now 90 degrees. That lets me open the window, which is super nice. And you saw me do that earlier with the gateway on it, right? Can open the window. For a second there, I panicked. I was like, where'd the gateway go? It's right there. Open the window. I can let natural light in. I don't get the glare on my monitor. But the problem is, like, I don't know. This doesn't look great in the shot. This shot's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll still think about it. I was thinking about rotating 180 degrees, moving the desk in the middle of the room, and then shooting into this corner. I might try that, but that involves me rearranging the room. And I don't know if I really want to do that. Sometimes you just gotta, make videos. Kyle Crow, we need a 24-hour. That is crazy. I don't think we need that, Kyle. I'm already like, we need sleep. Yeah. Jaden, where'd the gateway go? That's what I thought. I do not have an iPhone 1. I do not have an iPhone 1. I have, the oldest iPhone I have is the iPhone, this. Oh my God, it is, every time I pick this up, it is just tiny. Look at it. So small. iPhone 5S. First iPhone with Touch ID. Definitely has an expanding battery, has like horrible, I don't even remember where I got this. I think my uncle gave it to me. Comically small. Comically small. Yeah, I gotta do the modem test video. Do his Black Friday sock shopping online stream. Yeah. Tommy, I'm sure that'll just go viral. It'll catch the algorithm wave, take off. YouTuber who reviews cell phone plans shops for socks in his one-time annual shopping sock spree. Tommy, that's the right size for an iPhone. What? This is like the size of a fun-size candy bar. There's like nothing here. We like the big stuff, the full-size candy bars. Gabriel, you missed my question. Gabriel, I'm so sorry. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'm just checking the super chats. I think we got all of those. What day? Black Friday lasts like a week now. Black Friday would be on the Black Friday, assuming I don't have plans, which I don't. So, yeah. Also, Maury, thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate that. Kazi, T-Mobile Tuesday socks unboxing. Not gonna lie, the hat looks pretty good. Tommy, how do you like your Peak Design bag? Did you spy that? Where did you see it? I'm like, is it in my room? It is okay. It is okay. I think I was actually thinking of getting another backpack. I was like, do I try the LTT backpack? I originally got the Peak Design because I like taking pictures. I was like, oh, this is like a camera bag kind of. You can, what's unique about Peak Design for those who are new is you can open it from the side. And so the idea is you sort of swing the backpack around and you open it on its side and you can take stuff out from the side. And it can be helpful for if you have a lot of camera gear. So it's okay. It's very durable. It's rugged, but I don't think it's my favorite. And I haven't really been using it for the whole camera thing. So yeah, I might consider switching it up, but I also don't really want to spend $300 on a backpack. I already told you guys, I want to spend $800 on Apple Watch Ultra Series 3. So we'll find out. Here we go. Gabriel, I know you partly answered my question, but would Mint Mobile accept like 1 terabyte a month? And can it be 4 lines on one account? If so, can they all be different plans? They will mostly be speed testing and YouTube. Yeah, I think honestly, T-Mobile does seem the most lax about high data usage. So I think a terabyte is fine. I think I've seen people on Reddit use a terabyte. I don't think I've used a terabyte. I think I've hit like 600 or 700 gigs. Yeah, and the account management. So, Gabriel, to answer your question, how does Mint handle multiple accounts? The answer is, unfortunately, pretty poorly. When you sign up, each line on your account will need its own separate Mint Mobile account. Once you have signed up and created the accounts, then you can go in and create a Mint family, is what it's called. And with a Mint family, you basically create a family, all of these separate accounts join the family, and then one of the account that created the family can go in and manage the individual lines. And this does allow you to pay quarterly for the annual plans, which is kind of nice. Yeah. I don't know if that really helps though. Like if you want to take advantage of the deal, right? I'm just thinking that's probably what you want to do. Each line can also be on different plans. Yep, absolutely. That's no problem. But like if you want to do the best deal and you're looking at Mint, I mean, look, you can pay $15 a month for 5 gigs, or you can pay the same $15 a month for the unlimited. In my eyes, you probably at least want to put for that first year, do the $15 a month unlimited. Just make sure you put a reminder to change that to the whatever plan you want once that year is up before it auto renews. You could even consider turning off auto renew. But I'd probably put all 4 lines on this guy. You could technically then create the Mint family, but at that point it's almost pointless because you would have paid for the year of service already, and so you're not really gaining the quarterly billing advantage or anything like that. But you could still do it. It's kind of like what Visible does with their Visible Inner Circle. So that's what I would say to that. I hope that's helpful. And I think you should be fine with the 1 terabyte. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Yeah. Stetson should do live speed testing while on the live stream. Maybe you're in the wilderness. That would be interesting. You know, Hotspot, the computer. Oh, that actually brings something up. There's a new company. They just reached out, and you might find this interesting. They are called, wait for it, they're called MergeWiFi. So check this out. This is, in my opinion, quite cool. MergeWiFi, internet that moves. So this is a company that is making a product that allows you to switch between the different networks in a hotspot device. It's pretty incredible. So what is MergeWiFi? They've got multiple carriers, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. Automatic failover means one network isn't working, it'll switch to a different one. No contract. Unlimited data that is never throttled. 99.99% advertised uptime. All of North America coverage. $80 a month for the plan. And if you're curious what the devices are, they have 3 devices. They've got a MergeWiFi Mini. This is a hotspot device with 18 hours of battery. LTE only, unfortunately. MergeWiFi Max. This is sort of that home internet router. LTE or 5G options available. And you've got a MergeWiFi mount. This is extra premium outdoor router situation. Definitely more expensive. But you can click on like the MergeWiFi Mini. I actually just ordered this today. $80 a month for the unlimited plan. Again, that's all networks. Automatically switching between the one that has the best coverage. 4G speeds, unfortunately only 4G, but I'll have this and I could potentially stream off of it with that 18-hour battery life, which is super cool. And I would share a link to this, but I don't have an affiliate link set up with them. So I will soon, and then if you choose to sign up, I will share it. The other one actually also looked pretty cool in my eyes. It was the MergeWiFi Max. And this is the home internet product. $400. This includes, by the way, 1 month of the unlimited residential service. So that's why it's so expensive. It's $300 for the gateway and then $100 for that first month. Or you can do the 5G option, and that's $500 and then $99 for that first month of service. So I think they might be able to send this one out and contest it, but they've got high data usage plans from 20 gigs to 3 terabytes. It looks like they're actually just selling that unlimited residential plan. But yeah, it's super easy. And again, that multi-network thing. So yeah, I think this is a cool product. And I will have that the mini one So I could potentially try and stream off of that. Granted, that also involves me being outside, and I don't know if I really want to be outside. It'll get dark. There'll be no light. Yeah. Tommy, you nailed it. MergeWiFi is the Pronto Mobile of the hotspot world. Except I think the way they're doing it is a little bit better because they don't have to worry about voice. And so they're just able to provision data vSIMs, and you're not going to get that latency. It's just going to be a native connection, which is super nice. And I'll be testing it out so I can, see how it works and what's cooking with that. The Barat pouch is a wise money decision at a fair $230. Abe Rivera, do I upgrade from Go 5G Plus to Experience Beyond? I don't think you need to right now. I think T-Mobile is still giving Go 5G Plus customers some pretty good deals. Honestly, if you have one line, Abe, you might consider switching to Mint or to US Mobile and saving a bunch of money, right? Like you could consider, you don't have to do this, but you could consider going to Mint, $15 a month for truly unlimited data on the T-Mobile network. And I mean, you'd save probably a bunch of money, like $50 a month at least, $600 per year, and you can just buy your phones out. So, oh, this is interesting. Vorgavel, Pronto Mobile runs on O2. Fascinating. Voodoo, yeah, we were just talking about that. That's the Borat, I think, that Vartan is talking about. Vartan, you're correct. Oh, can I one-shot film that? I don't think I can. Actually, I might be able to. Buy a base, sit outside. I need to do that when I make time in my schedule, is what I will say. So I gotta start cooking over here. That's what I gotta do. Wake up and work. Alan, have you seen the unlimited talk and text add-on that Helium has? It is great for people who just want their phone mainly for talking and texting and don't need more than 3 gigs of data. Yeah, Helium's got some great options. Absolutely. Harsh, this just sounds like a slippery slope, my friend. I'm getting T-Mobile through Costco for 6 lines, and they will give us $3,200 for switching from AT&T with locked phones and getting them unlocked to T-Mobile without a new phone. Actually, that's a great deal. We definitely talked about that on previous streams. I think you need to stick with T-Mobile in order to get that $3,200 of credit now, but that's an awesome value. Awesome, awesome deal. I think you legit need 36-hour days. Yeah. Oh, man. It's so true. David Los Angeles, that was likely Helium Mobile. Previously, Helium required your location. This was for tracking your location and giving reward, like figuring out basically where are users on Helium using the network, and then using that data to incentivize Helium hotspot builders to build out hotspots in those locations. They have actually updated it, so your location is no longer required. You just have to use a little bit of data each month. So there you go. Sunkiss, Stetson's Black Friday stream will knock our socks off. Yes, that's why we'll be shopping for new socks. It's perfect. Your socks will be knocked off. Your feet will be cold. You'll have demand for socks, and I will be servicing that demand by finding you the best socks on the internet. Ooh, Tommy, great point. Asterisk. Up to 3,200. 800 for 4 lines. I think that math does track. Stetson, should I buy the Mint 3-month unlimited with 15 now code to test T-Mobile? Kyle, yeah. I mean, if you haven't tried T-Mobile, actually, you probably shouldn't. If you haven't done the T-Mobile free trial, you should probably just do that, or see if you're eligible at least. T-Mobile free trial. You have to download the horrid. It's actually not that bad. The T-Life app. Test drive T-Mobile. You basically go ahead, you download the app. Look, this QR code will work so everybody can scan it. Here, I'll make it bigger so your phone grabs it. And I won't move it around. Boom, it's frozen. You can check it out. Download the T-Life app, and you should have the option to do a 30-day free trial. This will probably be one of the better options for testing out the T-Mobile network for free. And yeah, I would give that a whirl. So hopefully that is helpful. Otherwise, I think Mint is awesome to test drive T-Mobile. Sometimes it's worth paying to test it out so you know what you're getting. Remy D, do you come out ahead generally switching from Mint and T-Mobile to get new customer discounts every so often? Remy, the answer is basically kind of like, look, if you really wanted to price max, now is the perfect time to switch plans, right? Check this out. We are right around Black Friday in 2025. All the plans are on sale. Mint, $15 a month. Where's the US Mobile tab? US Mobile, $16.60 a month. All right. Everything's on sale. Helium Mobile. Oh, hang on. I lost my mouse. Helium Mobile, also $15 a month, right? Everything's on sale. Where's the Visible tab? Visible. Shop plans. Check out our plans. $19 a month, $26 a month, $33 a month. All of these are on sale. So if you were to consider signing up for a Mint Mobile annual plan, by the time this plan was up for renewal in 2026, it would be around Black Friday time in 2026, which means you could potentially switch to another new customer offer. Carriers are going to hate that I'm saying this. And go from let's say you go from Mint to US Mobile and you hop on the unlimited starter plan. If US Mobile is doing a sale, boom, you jump on that. And after a year of unlimited starter annual, boom, you can jump back to Mint, or you can jump over to Visible. And so technically you will save a little bit of money by doing that. Personally, I don't think for me, it's not worth the hassle is what I'll say. I would just rather pick a plan that meets my needs, sign up, not think about it. There is beauty in not having to think about it, just getting something that works. Oh, Kyle, I forgot about that. Thanks. Yeah, you're absolutely welcome. That's the move. Hey, free trial. Why pay? Why pay when you get it for free? Eventually, the MVNOs will offer their existing customers Black Friday sale prices so that they don't switch to other carriers. That is an interesting proposition. I actually do think they should do that. I think, imagine if you're a Mint or US Mobile customer and you could just prepay for a year, right? How cool would that be? Boom, yeah, just top up my plan. I'm only halfway through my other one, but I can top up on this. Mint gets the money early. You get locked in for you'd basically be locked in for, say, 18 months in my hypothetical example here. That'd be awesome. Same with US Mobile. If an existing customer I'm an existing customer, let me prepay for this service, that'd be sweet. But I don't know. Even these prices are too good to be true. And that's not sustainable, right? If all customers are getting these extremely low rates, yeah, that's probably not sustainable for the MVNOs. So I think they'll just deal with the churn. I think the truth is a lot of people dislike switching their phone plan. I know many of my friends are still with their parents because they don't want to switch. They don't want to deal with it. And I think a lot of people are like that. Abdullah, thank you so much for your comment. I don't even live in the US and I still find your content interesting. I appreciate that. They'll experience the churn year over year and that becomes worth it. I don't know. I think some carriers are trying to get people to stick with other means, right? I'll give a couple examples off the top of my head. We have we'll get to US Mobile in a sec, but Visible, for example, they're including that free watch line on Visible Plus Pro. Not a lot of carriers are including that smartwatch service for free, right? So that's a unique perk. We've got Mint. Honestly, I don't think... why do people not churn from Mint? I'll tell you exactly why. Number one, they sign up for an annual plan. Number two, they turn on autopay. Number three, they forget about it. The plan auto-renews. It's still a good value, and then they're in there for another year, and they don't think about it. That is honestly probably Mint's strategy, and I bet it works. And I bet it works really well. And then US Mobile, I mean, they're actually doing something really unique where you have that multi-network add-on, right? Like, what other carrier are you going to get the ability to add a secondary network, right? That is super, super cool. I think that's a unique feature, a value add. They do also support the smartwatch. They've got, great dashboard. I really do sound like a US Mobile shill right now. They should pay me more is what they should do for how much I promote them. No, but I think the MVNOs are starting to get more and more unique features to try and keep customers. So I think they'll survive despite the new customer offers is what I'll say. And I've heard I've heard churn from some of these is pretty low. Mint is too hard to port out of. Oh my God. Okay, that's 100%. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. I actually remember there's a Reddit post. You could go into the Mint Mobile website and there was a section where you could find your account number. It was like in the code. And that was the way you could find it without contacting support. I think now, though, because you need to generate a port out pin, it might, you still might need to call. And then they try and we'll give you a discount. We'll give you $10 off for 3 months. It's so annoying. Imagine prepaying for 3 years and not having a phone bill for 36 months. I mean, do you remember the Mint Mobile deal? It was like 20 years of service for $2,500. Absolutely nuts. Kyle, stream freeze. Dang, T-Mobile. I'll have to watch it back and see how it is. I'm getting more and more excited to go back to fiber. And I think it kind of justifies, like, if you are a content creator doing certain things, or even just a normal person, and you do a lot of Zoom meetings for work, right? I actually think my buddy Austin, he's not watching this stream right now. I'll have to call him up. I think he was doing it. He was using T-Mobile home internet for work and couldn't because the connection during Zoom calls it wasn't handling the connection very well. And if you're doing that, it makes a difference. And I've noticed it when people, they're doing a Zoom call, we hop on, even a Google Meet, they hop on the Google Meet, they go in, they start to share their screen. This is like all blurry and I can't even see anything. It's almost like there's a Gaussian blur over the whole image. Not even can't see it, worthless. I have to wait maybe a couple minutes for it to finally load in and buffer. And you just don't get that on fiber. It's really curious. So yeah. Kyle, do you remember that? It was like the Bobby B baseball. Hang on. Mint Mobile Bobby Vanilla. Check it out. Hang on. My mouse is all over the place. It is a one-day event. It was a 25-year plan. I think it was their cheapest one, though. Forbes, I'm like cringing at how many ads there are about to be. Adblock says 46 ads. We'll pause on this site. Oh, so many. Get out of here, Forbes. I can't even see the article now. Here we go. This year, he's partnering with Mint Mobile to create a deal for everyone. It is the one-day Bobby Vanilla plan. Is this landing page still live? No. Mint will offer a plan that locks in a $100 annual payment for 25 years of premium wireless. I think it might have been their lowest tier plan, but it was just like a fun promo. And technically, so that would be $2,500 for 25 years. That's what it was. Oh man, that's so funny. I remember that. Tommy, you're in the know. The OG. Will a Mint mobile phone work on CDMA after unlocking? Yeah. Truly, great question. So it turns out the era of CDMA and GSM is behind us. It's basically over. So what was it? I actually have no idea what CDMA was. It was like No, I still have no idea. I can give you the high level concept. Basically, in the 3G era, correct me if I'm mistaken, 3G era, there was two technologies, CDMA and GSM. Sprint and Verizon opted for the CDMA technology. AT&T and T-Mobile went with the GSM standard. That was for 3G. When 4G LTE came along, it was its own standard, and it didn't need or require the GSM CDMA thing. And so effectively, that's over. Yeah, CDMA was 3G. Perfect. Freeze right there. Oh my gosh. Nailed it. Perfect. That's painful to look at. And so the bottom line is truly a Mint Mobile phone will work on, once it's unlocked, it'll work on all the major networks here in the United States and many networks likely abroad, because the LTE standard is just, it's everywhere now. So if it works and it's certified, you'll be good to go. CDMA 2000 was 3G. CDMA 850 was 1X standard. Different types of towers. Appreciate it. Edison, I'm with Verizon Prepaid. Not bad, but getting expensive. Edison, you could consider. Honestly, Visible or US Mobile would be great picks. Or MobileX, honestly, if you want something super affordable. I would say, so Visible, you could do $19 a month for unlimited data. This is probably perfect. $26 a month if you wanted premium data and some faster hotspot. Those are great plans to look at. If you are interested in US Mobile and you were a lighter user, interesting. I can play with my aspect ratio. Oh, now you guys can see all the tabs I have open. That's hilarious. Yeah, if you're a US Mobile customer, let's just see US Mobile. Perfect. New tab. That's how I roll. I'd probably do monthly. No, yeah. Do here. Sorry, we'll make the window bigger. Maybe the 5 gig $15 plan. Honestly, though, if you're at the 5 gig $15 for something cheaper, that's where you probably should just go to MobileX, right? And then you can do the. This is the annual pricing, but it'd be like $15 a month or whatever, maybe $17.50 a month for the month to month. That'd be a really good option to consider as well, MobileX. So there we go. Oh my gosh, I actually have an iPhone 3GS that works on T-Mobile. Kevin, that is so cool. Those old iPhones were so nice. The iPhone 4, do you guys remember when that came out? That was a time. That was just a beautiful, beautiful phone. I love that one. Bartan, Stetson, do you miss Dish standalone? By the way, Project Genesis is still up and running, taking new addresses for signups like it's 2022. Dang. I guess Project Genesis is kind of over, right? Like, it was the genesis of it, and now we're like, we're making a tombstone for this network pretty soon here. That's crazy. I'm debating canceling my Boost Mobile line. So I have a Boost Mobile line and I have Project Genesis. It was cool to see. I'm not feeling very enthusiastic about it because, like, what are we doing? The network's going to be decommissioned and people are just going to be roaming on AT&T. So, like, do I need it? Probably not. And it's $60 a month that I would save. Tommy, oh my gosh. iPhone 4S is still the right size for a phone. That was smaller than the 5S. Oh my gosh. Tommy, what phone are you using? You're an Android guy. Does that mean the Pixel 4? No. The Nexus 4? Forgive me. The Nexus 4 was the perfect size. That was also a beautiful phone. Oh yeah, Scott, you're right. There's been a lot of hoopla about the iPhone antenna. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're back. The antenna's moved all over the place. Now it's on that plateau. You can barely see it on the blue on blue, but maybe on the orange you can see it. Yeah, around the plateau. Oh God, yeah. Good luck focusing on that camera. Doxinator 14. What? I was born the same year the iPhone 4S was released? That is crazy. Absolutely crazy to think about that. Yeah, Tommy, I'm old too. I just turned 28. You guys were there for that. Thank you. Firmly planting myself in my late 20s. I can't even believe I'm saying that. That is wild. Absolutely wild. Element swing. OnePlus didn't look that bad for the camera. I'd be curious to see some side-by-sides. You could be right. You could be right. Wow. Tommy turned 31. Older than Google. You're still young, Tommy. Here, look. Hear me out, Tommy. I, in my late 20s. You are now in your early 30s. You are now young again. Compared to everyone else in their 30s, you are young. Your early 30s. Your young 30s. I'm in my late 20s. So every decade, you are young again. Fortan is a 4S in my drawer. That was a great phone. With Siri. Guys, I was using Siri today. They need to just they need an LLM in there to do stuff. That's all I got to say. Yeah, it feels like it was oddly more useful. Actually tell jokes and help me hide bot. I mean, what? Scott, the funny thing is like the YouTube auto transcription service is going to be transcribing this and be like, and help me hide bodies. And then it'll get like flagged or something. Oh yeah, Mussy. AT&T and their advertising. Ugh. They keep jumping the generation, jumping the gun. Like, we've got some 3G tech. Let's slap a 4G logo on that. Or we've got some LTE tech. Let's slap a 5G logo on that. Ridiculous. Sunkiss, bring back flip phones. You know what? Not necessarily opposed to this, but I feel like we should get some classy flip phones. I'm talking like better build, titanium side rails, maybe a glass front and back. Like ultra premium, super nice. That could be really cool. But yeah, all the ones are just like plastic. Sadeep, where do you buy the 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max? I buy all my devices from Apple or from Swappa, and I should probably test out Back Market because seems like they're doing some cool things and could be very affordable. I'm actually kind of curious. Let's find out on stream. I'm like kind of... so Back Market, we covered them, gently used. They're not sponsoring this or anything yet, but I'd be curious if you guys be open to them sponsoring stuff because I think they'd be a good fit for the channel. Could be good to promote them, but also should probably test them out first. Anyway, iPhone 15 Pro. Let's see. What do we got cooking here? iPhone 15 Pro. I want to do side by side, I think. Nah, that's like too small. Even for me, that's too small. All right, so we're seeing 563. Did that change? It might have changed. Let's do Swappa. What are we seeing on Swappa? iPhone 15 Pro. See, I wouldn't say biased, but I lean towards Swappa because I've used them. And that's why. All right, we don't want fair. Let's say good. Here's the thing. I want all conditions except for fair. Where's that? Where's that option? All right. Blue, fair, good. 535, black. Let's see what this good one's got. Also, one thing nice about Swappa is you see pictures of the actual device most of the time. Sometimes you get these third-party resellers, looks like this one's Tiger Phone, and they'll get permission to reuse the same photos. Like you can see there's no Swappa verification in this. And so this could be the device or it might not be. Yeah, here we go. Photos may not be of actual device. They're just using this device to show their quality good. Still, 535 is... we need these tabs next to each other. Where did Back Market go? Shoop. It's a little bit less than Back Market. Back Market does let you buy now, pay later with Affirm. It's only $30 more expensive. That's with the good. We were looking at... Well, I guess we were looking at good before. And this is refurbished and restored. I guess like this is technically a third-party seller, so they've probably done something similar. What do they say? Excellent condition, retail packaging and manuals not required. It's tested 100% fully functional. So they're doing something pretty similar here. I guess we do. They do have back market does appear to have a little bit more of a warranty, which could be nice. But you're not seeing the. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. $9 to go from 128 to 256. Are you kidding me? That is insane. What a steal. And then natural. Wow, look at that. Blue is actually at a discount. I really liked the blue. This was a color. I wish I had gotten the blue when I got the 15 Pro. I really liked it. That's fascinating to see those colors. Natural titanium, white titanium. I don't know if it's expensive because no one wants it or everyone wants it. You know what? I bet it. I actually have no idea. And then you can trade in. So that's really nice. Let's see if I have an iPhone 13. iPhone 13. Storage capacity, unlocked, cracked, used, good, flawless. Let's say good. Let's say good. Is it functional? Yes. 191. That's convenient. What could we sell an iPhone 13 for here? Also, wait, just to show you on Swappa, buyback Tiger phones. Here we go. Josh W. This is an actual dude. He's selling a Swappa thing, and you can see this is the actual. Josh, my guy. Did you clean the cameras? It looks like a smudge fest over there. Anyway, he wrote out the listing, so you know this is the actual device because, this code is created, and then he has to take a picture. So that is something that's nice about Swappa. We know we're getting this phone from Josh, and that's his phone. That's something nice. Back market, they're doing the whole refurb thing, so you don't really see the device, but you get some more not guaranteed. Wow, 372. I'm going to have to do some serious number crunching on this. Why would you get the iPhone 15 Pro? Tommy, we're just doing an example here. This is an example. The 17 is also a great phone. My question, though, hang on. The next question here, what can we get for the iPhone 13 on Swappa? iPhone 13. Whoa. 262. Okay, so let's say 279. That seems very reasonable, and we have to take out the fees. So 279. I always estimate about, hang on, I'll do this so you can see it. Boom, calculator. 279, oops. And then times, we want to do 0.87. So that's about 13% loss to taxes, shipping, insurance, the Swappa fee, all that stuff. $242. So we get a little bit more by selling on Swappa, but the convenience of doing everything through back market, pretty nice. Pretty nice. And then the net cost, $372. That's pretty good. Should we see that iPhone 17? Tommy, now that you brought it up. We're not even saving that much. I guess we could do a trade-in through them, but you could also do a trade-in through Apple. What is Apple? Hang on. Apple trade-in. What's nice about Apple is they'll pretty much accept a device even if it's pretty scratched up. And the iPhone 13 that we were using, $180. So back market gave us a little bit more, but not much. I'd probably buy through Apple for new for that kind of thing. But that's still pretty good. Let's see, iPhone 13 Pro, what is that going for? That's the oldest one I would use. And I did the 15 Pro because that's the oldest one with USB-C. What? 167 with trade-in. That's really good. The real question, though, what if we wanted to buy an iPhone 14 Pro? No, iPhone 16 Pro, and we were trading in a 15 Pro. What is you upgrade every a little bit later? Let's remove this and let's do iPhone 15. You upgrade every year, but it's the year behind. We got 128 gigs. It's unlocked. It's good. Imagine if it was flawless. Let's say good. And it's functional. $378. Okay. What does Apple give for a 15 Pro? $400. Okay, so they're kind of right in line. And that's probably, reasonable because they've got to like actually resell the phone. All right, net cost. $353. That means if you were to do this every year, it would be $353 per year for the phone. If you're to do it through Apple and you had a 16 Pro, $550. Oh, actually, maybe this isn't that bad. $1,100 minus $550 is $550 per year. So, I mean, that's actually pretty good. You save $200 per year just by being on last year's model. That's not bad. I'm just reading the comments now. Esteban, I currently work for a major carrier, and the amount of daily trade-ins we get is crazy. Perfectly good phones, but customers are brainwashed into wanting the newest and greatest. Yeah, Esteban, that is me. Look at this. Look at this. This is a disaster. I'm kidding. It's for YouTube. Well, this is for YouTube. This was for me. Yeah, I love having the latest, greatest. It's the camera. 13 Pro introduced ProMotion. Yeah, I loved it. It was such a good value. Stetson's horror movie, unclean camera plateaus. Kyle, how did you know? Jackson, US Mobile Warp versus Visible Plus Pro. Man, they're both excellent. I would say, do you want US Mobile's multi-network add-on? If yes, go with US Mobile. If no, Visible Plus Pro. Honestly, I'd probably lean towards Visible Plus Pro right now. But maybe that's a silly. Hang on. Let's pull it up. Jackson, we'll do this. Also, we've been live for 3 hours and 41 minutes. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm gonna have to go to bed. This is insane. Stetson's real horror movie. No socks. Yeah, cold feet. I do not mess around. Where did that question go? Who asked an actual telecom question? Jackson, there it is. Thank you so much. All right. Visible Plus Pro, $33 a month. It's an awesome plan. Unlimited priority, unlimited hotspot at 15 megabits per second. Some calling, smartwatch included. Man, these cards do stink. Best phone plans is just so much better. This is why I do what I do. So it's US Mobile Unlimited Premium Warp. Dang. I mean, if you have the annual, it's probably, yeah. I'm just talking to myself. I'd say US Mobile because it's going to be cheaper if you want to do the annual. If you don't want to do the annual, then probably Visible. Yeah, that's all we need. Compare plans now. Bam. We're cooking. Approaching 1/6 of a day. Pro 6.1 is the best pocket size. I agree with that. Gonna start Stranger Things Season 1 after this live stream. Sun-kissed. Oh, man. Where are you located? I gotta go. I want to do that. I gotta go to sleep. I've been reading. Oh, man. Voodoo. Yeah, it was almost midnight there. You're crazy. Good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. And, yeah. See you next week, Gabriel. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll end this pretty soon. Feel free to tap out, though, guys. I mean, we've been going for over 3 hours now. I mean, this is just insane. And look, the website's being slow. Tommy, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember to like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, midnight in 10 minutes, East Coasters. Absolutely wild. A Stetson sleep stream. What does that even mean? Me sleeping on stream? I'd be too self-conscious to even do that. Blame the internet. Esteban, take a guess how many trains we get daily. We package them and send them to a warehouse in Texas where they get sold in bulk, depending on quality, to third-party companies. Those are probably the same companies selling them on Swappa. That's crazy. The world we live in. Lord Doma, I'm like halfway through the stream. Well, thank you for tuning in. You can watch this at 2x. All right, someone had an actual question. Where did this person go? I've not forgotten you, although I may have misplaced your comment. Jackson, we're here. We got you. We're going to finish this out strong. Oops. We're going to full screen me by accident. Here we go. Let's go through the core plan features. Monthly option, 45 versus 44. Again, both are on sale. We'll cover the sale prices in just a moment. Both give you unlimited priority on the Verizon network. Okay, unlimited priority. Both are going to give you roaming on LTE IRA. US Mobile, 50 gigs of hotspot at full speed. Visible, unlimited hotspot, but capped at 15 megabits per second. I will say if you're a heavy hotspot user, you will probably prefer Visible. Visible, 4K video streaming versus 720p. I probably would prefer the 4K streaming myself. Both include a free smartwatch, super nice. Visible, tablets not supported. If you're a tablet user, you're going to want to go with US Mobile. This is not like a tablet add-on, but rather you can purchase a separate plan for your tablet on US Mobile. Just manage everything from one account. Super nice. Both give you international texting to over 200 countries. International calling, variable minutes to over 200 countries. 500 minutes to over 85 countries. Probably not big of a deal. 20 gigs per month in Canada and Mexico. 200 minutes and 250 texts included, which is really nice. I say that, but Visible's unlimited minutes, unlimited texts, and straight up 2 gigs a day. So arguably Visible a little bit better there. US Mobile, 20 gigs in 125 countries with that 200 minutes and 250 texts. Visible, international, you accumulate 2 days per month, and that's 2 gigs per day while abroad. Unlimited minutes, unlimited text, 2 gigs per day. So, slightly different for international roaming. I'm kind of torn personally. I think if your country is supported, getting 20 gigs up front is probably really nice. Granted, Visible, you'll accumulate 24 days per year. And if you buy the annual version, you'll get all 24 days up front. But likely enough for most people. I don't think I'm missing anything in terms of perks, so we already covered that. Pricing. Visible, currently $33 a month. This is monthly with code SWITCH26. Outstanding value. US Mobile, $44 a month. Currently on sale for $35 per month with the promo. If you do the annual, $33. If you do the annual promo, $24.90. So if you're doing price, probably US Mobile, unlimited warp annual. If you want monthly, I would do Visible Plus Pro because 33 versus 35, Visible will be cheaper. It depends on your needs. I do like the unlimited hotspot and the 4K video, so I think that's really nice. I do think US Mobile has a slightly better app, and they have that multi-network add-on. I can't remember which tab has it. Oh, I'm signed in here. Perfect. But you can sign up, and you can get that secondary network. Super unique feature, really nice. And I personally love the data usage analytics. You can see this is my test line, so I don't really use it that much, but there you go. I hope that's helpful, Jackson. You can't go wrong. The good news is you can't go wrong. I don't think you can get Visible, the holiday promo, with Inner Circle. I think you pick one or the other. All right. And we're going to call it. I'm tired. So thank you all so much for tuning in to another epic Monday. Another epic Tuesday. We haven't even done a Tuesday live stream. Thank you all for tuning in for the first ever Tuesday live stream. It was epic. We went basically overtime to compensate for all the other Tuesdays. I guess I wasn't live. No, but thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, if you choose to buy a plan, consider using my links. It does help support the channel, and I appreciate you. And if you want to compare plans, bestphoneplans.net, throw that in the chat. If you want to compare coverage, we got coveragemap.com. I'll throw that in the chat. And yeah, just love building products to help you guys get the absolute best deal. I will be live apparently on Black Friday. The vote is the usual time, 55%. So I'll make that happen for you guys, and we'll hang out, and maybe we'll buy some socks. Maybe we won't. Either way, that is going to be it. Thank you all so much for tuning in to an epic live stream. I hope you have an incredible rest of your week, and I will see you next Monday. All right.